Hello, is it me? Say so what you lot.
Hi.
There you go,
Hey.
sound's working. Hopefully you lot can hear me in the chat. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. We do loads of D&D and Pathfinder and all sorts of hoorah. We do tabletop, we love tabletop, okay? Well, you're going to actually, tonight, and one time only, you're going to have a machine gun of links hit the chat, so prepare yourselves.
Ready.
Right, so let's try and blast through this because I got a couple of announcements as well. So, if you want to find us on social media, if you go to Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and look for Heavyweight or follow the links, you should find us. Drop us a follow, a like, a subscribe, whatever the fucking TikTok. You can follow the empty TikTok if you wish. 70,000 followers, no videos. But yeah, you can go find us on there. If you want to come and join us Discord, please do. Sometimes we get a lot of people asking questions in the chat, and we can't really stop the flow of the story to answer them, but we love answering them. So join us Discord, get them in there, and we'll talk to you through the week. So yeah, we've got a Discord. If you want to catch up on all the hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of stories we've already done over the last year or two, then you can jump on our YouTube, and there's loads of it. We've got a podcast for this particular campaign that you can find on Spotify. Again, just look for Heavyweight. I think it's Heavyweight RPG on the podcast. Go check it out. Last 5 episodes are up there. We've got a few people that are feeding back to us saying they're really enjoying it, so please tell your friends about it, etc, etc. The more you shout, more people listen to it. More people listen to it, more we do. It's a beautiful circle of life. Simba comes in playing a guitar and Mufasa eating. So go check all that stuff. All right? It's a retelling, okay? You know what I mean? So you can find us on all that good stuff. Sponsors. We are sponsored by Coyote Grey, pretty much on everything we do, because I use their Tinder.
Checking.
Jet Bex, it's a joke. It's a joke. First time Hexa Rock came in. I see the name Bjorn, Glorious Beard, and that's a great start to an evening. Well, welcome Hexa Rock. You might not be saying that in the next 10 minutes, but we'll have you for now. So, and it is a glorious beard there, Mr. Bjorn. What was I saying? Coyote Grey. If you want to... We're not on Grindr either, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. Behave. It's supposed to be a mod.
I'll cover you on both, don't worry.
Screamy time. Thank you for the follow, Hexaro. Coyote Grey is one of our sponsors. If you go to Roll20 and check out the marketplace, type in Coyote Grey, Lonely Hams. What is going on? All your bits that you get tonight, I'm having them, just so you know. Go check out Coyote Grey. Does quality chibi token art. You'll see that in the Roll20 maps that we use and stuff. All the tokens we use are all his. They're all his artwork. I've even bought his cyberpunk ones that I use, and he's doing some other projects with me as well, which is cool. He does do personalised character chibi tokens, which he's done for our Tuesday lot. Super cool guy. I've loved working with him for the last year or so, and I've got more stuff he's going to be doing for us. We are unofficially not sponsored, officially, whatever. We're not sponsored by Sirenscape. However, if you want sound, ambience, all that good stuff around your games, if you sat around a table and you're playing out your Bluetooth device, your computer, your laptop, your phone, whatever, you got some cool Dragonfire going on, or taverns, or mountainsides, or storms, really cool to create ambience. If you play online like we do, use their web app. One of you hosts, the rest of you download the web app, and whoever's hosting plays the music and it comes through your computer. You can have it as loud or as quiet as you want. The maps we use, this one in the bottom left hand corner that you see, is actually made by Incarnate. They're really cool. They don't sponsor us or anything. I just use them to do the maps of the world. But the battle maps we use 2 Minute Tabletop, who we've just started using for this campaign. Go check out 2 Minute Tabletop. Really cool, cute, sort of cartoony sketched maps. Probably a better description than that. But yeah, go check them out. They're brilliant. How do we? Super, super cool. No symbols or logos or anything on the screen, but if you go check out Sawdust and Swear Words and Roughworks Creative, they are both very, very talented woodworkers and leatherworkers. They make some great kit. I've known them for a lot of years, and essentially I'm super impressed by everything they do. It's really cool, and I really hope they get a lot of love. Tasha's Heavier Crockpot of Bits and Bobs. I tell you what, actually, I'm going to have to do this because you won't have it, Ree, so I do apologise. So you do the Tasha's. If you go to Tasha's Heavier Crockpot Bits and Bobs on DM's Guild, it's the first source book that we put out a year ago, and a load of beautiful nerds and artists came together and I basically put together a 5e source book. It was super cool. It was brilliant to see like the artwork and the classes all come together. 80 new spells because nerds are lunatics. But yeah, it was brilliant. They came out over a year ago. It sold 200 copies. Amazing. Now, to top it off, I'm going to put this in the chat now. Where have you gone? We've just released this. I say we. My partner in crime in the heavyweight adventuring of writing a load of stuff is called Arcane. And he has gathered a bunch of the best to create this. Frank and Kenzie's Tradesfolk Compendium. It is rammed with stuff for 5e, bringing out those backgrounds that you get of carpentry or chefing or jewel crafter that don't really do anything to your character other than a bit of flavour. Well, they put together a lot of artwork and a lot of content basically that you can use, and it's just unbelievable. It dropped last night. It's on DM's Guild. Go check it out. It's unbelievable. Just please go check it out if you can. So yeah, that's there. I think that's it for that. What else we got? Bits. Rerolls. There you go. Do you feel sorry for the adventurers? Monkey face. Donate 200 bits /cheers to give the party a reroll. They can't be used on the DM. That's me. Or death saving throws. That's them. They don't roll over to the following week. And there's no longer a cap. So if you want to go mad, throw as many rerolls at them as you wish. And if you don't wish, that's great. It makes my job easier. If you're a lunatic and you want to give me a reroll, it costs you 500 bits. The reason it's 500 bits is we don't want you giving me a reroll, but thank you, Dwarf Warrior.
There's one.
We've got one as well from Uli.
Yeah,
thank you
each.
very much, Uli.
Lovely use, man. Oh yeah. So a couple of announcements. We got the UK Games Expo, 3rd to the 5th of June 2022, Birmingham NEC. I'll be there, that's me. And Edward, that's the guy in the top right. So Heavy and Mr. Valentine. We will basically be there with Bardic inspiration. They're a quality, they make candles and dice bags and little dice shells and stuff. They'll be selling their stuff, super cool. Can't wait to see that. Me and Eddie will be there representing.
A train.
And, yeah, so come and see us. We're going to do some stuff about world building. We'll talk to you about the stuff we've done and the stories we've planned and what we've got planned for the heavyweight gaming and such. So if you're going to be there, please come along. At the beginning of August, yeah, got it right first time in 3 weeks, we're at the GSCon up in Manchester. They've asked me to do a one-shot. It'll be 4 hours long. It'll be 8 to 10 people. It's in its own seminar room. There'll be 100-ish people watching. That's if they walk into the room. If they don't, just be me and 8 people. So sign up for that. If you do plan to go and you are near like the Manchester area, have a look at follow the link. Put Emrys 10 in there. She's a sponsor of the con and she's one of our players on a Tuesday. She's a quality lass, brilliant streamer. You get 10% off your ticket, so go check that out.
Emrys is here. She's keeping an eye on us because apparently being told we can cause issues. So
someone said this party could cause issues. I'm here to oversee this. You're not wrong, Emrys. Right, I think is that it. I think that's it. Oh, so the big announcement, because Traders Compendium, the Frank and Kenzie's has gone out Sunday. That has now freed up my team of nerds. So the next thing on our to-do list for this year is to start a Kickstarter. So we are running a Kickstarter to generate a source book of Atoria, which is the nation these lot are playing in actually. And Atoria is a nation within our world of Colossus, and it is already like near 100 pages before we've even started sitting down and expanding on it. It's going to be an absolute monster piece of work. There's going to be a ton of stretch goals, custom dice, custom character tokens, artwork, prints, all sorts of stuff. We decided to ask the public, which was a brilliant idea, and they came up with a lot of ideas for stretch goals and pledges, so we're going to try and do as many of them as we can, or at least as many as are achievable. And it will be a source book of my favourite gravy recipes, Biggie, which is basically gravy and then any flavour of meat, so it'll be like 15 recipes, because that's how many animals there is. So
There are 15 meats that you can make gravy.
yeah,
I can name 3.
go to the zoo. Giraffe.
Giraffe gravy.
I mean,
Can you get 15 meats out of like a pig?
Don't believe
Probably,
anything that AD says about these promises, because we've been waiting for Only Gravy for like a year now. It hasn't happened.
you don't know it's not happened.
I would find it if
you've
it
got to pay
happened,
the
okay?
premium
I would
rates.
know.
And we're doing short films. We're making movies this year as well, so we're making films as well. So look out for all that. Anyway, let's play some D&D. It's been 18 minutes. Or 8 minutes. However long it's been. What are you doing? What do you want, child?
What?
It'll be funny to them, but why have you got your banana in your hand? And why are you laughing at that joke? You get in there. Sam, you've got your actual banana out. Go sit down, mate. I've got a camera on. Jesus, wept. Right, so let's have a recap before I get banned. So, you lot, I'll be fine. I've got this dog. You lot are currently in Buxy Bay. Ducks, I hate ducks. You lot are currently in Buxy Bay. You've travelled the cold mountains together. There is no command for this to talk for you. I'm working on it. Right, you're putting me off with all the bloody gravy stuff. An important thing that we've introduced last week, if you want to see players' pronouns, you can see it there. Oh, Nightbot's done it actually already. You could copy and just put exclamation mark pronouns Monday, and it will tell you the characters' pronouns and such. Which is a great reminder for me, because, you know, I'm an animal and need teaching the ways. So, where are we? You're in Buxy Bay. You're in Atoria. You travelled the cold mountains together. You've come together, unified or died. You've decided that you will remain together for the next 17 levels of your adventuring career. That's all good D&D parties should. Pottering around Buxy Bay, you came into Ectelio's Guild, a bardic guild, the bardic guild of Atoria, the greatest bardic guild in all the land, possibly further afoot. You are quite aware that Ectelio doesn't have a lot of time for anyone else but themselves. However, Alexander, the orc from Survive that essentially runs the guild from a financial perspective, has offered... they're trying to look into some dodgy dealings. They can't go wandering around the town because they're highly recognised, whereas you lot have just turned up, are not recognised, kind of mingle with all the others that are turning up for this festival, and has asked you to do the investigating. Going out and about, you managed to find a heartbroken Goliath whose brother had passed, get super jealous over an alchemist, threaten to wipe out all ducks on the planet of Colossus. What else? Very, very proactive adventuring stuff.
Flirted horrendously with
a
female blacksmith.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of I quote gay panic in chat for the blacksmith, Shauna in the sauna. I was actually writing up Shauna today. But yeah.
She likes smithing and saunas.
Stayed at that artwork for a long time. But yeah, you went back to Ectelio. You spoke to a very large, rotund dwarf lady who was eating a lot of food and decided to have an eating competition with Bjorn. Or Bjorn accepted the challenge because it was button flavoured. And yeah, it was suggested that you go back to Ectelio's as they'll be performing there later on, and maybe you could speak to them there. You went back to Ectelio's, into the guild house, into the great guild hall that holds hundreds of people, just for size comparison, which we'd never do. You went to the back, you witnessed a song performed by Ectelio, and everyone in the guild house was unable to resist the charming effect of the song. It was the most beautiful song you'd ever heard. The voice was beyond anything any of your folk had performed previously. Once finished, Ectelio disappeared behind the stage. And that's where we'll bring you in. You're in the guild house. The silence is kind of now bumping back up, and people are now like umming and ahhing and talking and bumping each other, and now the joy starts coming through from the way the folk are at the bar. The bards that are all around you start going back to what they were practicing before, and there is a musical presence again.
I nudged Bjorn. I suppose it was all right.
Oh, I and Sketch founders.
How am I suddenly hearing the music? Sorry, out of character. Sorry.
No,
have you got the stream on?
Escape just turned on.
Have you got the stream unmuted?
No.
It might come through mine.
You lot should hear it. It's Bjorn I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Weird.
As Sketch nudges Bjorn, then fucking. How many character names are we gonna have to remember before the end of this campaign?
One for each level, so.
Let's not.
Oh god.
Let's not.
He gets a new character every level.
I do not think you heard the same show as the rest of us. Sketch. That was perfect.
I reckon I could do better, but he was all right.
There is a stage. I'm sure. Leonidas,
Yes, Bjorn, warrior of the tundras.
my friend here, he says he can do better than Nectelio on the stage there.
Oh, you're serious?
I don't know if I'm serious, but
Some
he
stairs
seemed
just-
like he was.
Some stairs apparate at the side of the stage, near where Sketch and you were stood. Please entertain.
I'm just gonna look at Sketch.
Never want to turn down a challenge.
You go up on the stage.
I sheath the little shank that I've got there.
Put my knife away.
As I'm heading towards the stage, I'm like, excuse me.
People move out of the way of the goblin with the massive boots on.
I made my way onto the stage.
So, what's Sketch's bardic skill? Like, what is? Tell me what you're doing.
Ectelio sang, so I will sing.
Oh shit!
I will sing. I'm not going to actually sing.
Come on, Eddie. Go
I
on.
will,
Method,
I will
boy.
sing a rather delightful song about Sketch smoking boots Nalcrook and his good friend Bjorn and their time up in the Viconian mountains.
Give me a performance check. You've also got
Do
a
you
reroll.
hang on? Do you state that you are going to sing about both of us? You do.
That's
beforehand.
what. He doesn't state. That's what comes out in the song. I'm assuming.
That's what comes out in the song.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and sing a song about us.
That is 19 plus 8, 27.
So,
Jesus
as
Christ.
you were,
For a
as
goblin, it's not
he
bad.
begins to sing, the goblin sort of just fades away, and it is perfect pitch, harmony, in tune.
Does he rap?
Yeah, he just raps.
Just drops a beat and stuff.
Can you rap, Eddie?
Absolutely.
Gravy time. Thank you, Tyler. Rand.
It's the 8 Mile moment.
My palms are sweaty. Bjorn's got spaghetti. But and it is a wonderful song about the times that Bjorn and Sketch rode across the tundra on the great dire bears of the snow. And as perfect as it is, it still doesn't match the divine voice of Ectelio, but it is fucking close. And the majority of people around you, Bjorn, as you're like, well, go on then, I dare you, are all like, you shouldn't have dared him. And they all just pause and they listen, and as Sketch finishes and throws his shank into the air, they start throwing illusionary roses onto the stage. You're not sure if he's making them happen or if some of the bards around him are making it happen, but he's getting showered in roses.
100% it'd be a little bit of Sketch.
There is a
I'm
bit
clapping
of a
louder
stadium,
if
bit of a
there's been anyone
stadium
else.
roar going on. There's not that many people there, but someone's definitely using thaumaturgy to increase the applause. Who knows who it may be?
Well, look at Leo.
Give me an perception check, Bill.
Perception.
Yeah, begins with a P.
Thank you. That will be a 15.
15. The curtain behind Sketch, you just see the dark hair of Ectelio disappear behind it.
As I finish up, I will walk back off the stage. As I'm walking back off, I'm like a flamboyant, like, thank you, and then like I'll chill, but then go stand next to Bjorn, produce a little pipe from my kind of pocket, light it, and just stand there for a second, and be like, when you got it, you got it.
I'm still clapping.
I am impressed. I'm very impressed. It was quite
It's all right.
a bit of a surprise.
Nay
I
bad.
will admit. But I am very impressed.
Oh.
What else can you do?
You should know.
We are best mates.
We've known each other for years.
So I forgot about obviously the acrobatics.
All right, let's not push it, sunshine. Let's not push it.
Yes. So perhaps we have a private conversation later, and you can fill me in on our history together.
Perhaps you could use your noggin a little bit.
Though, if you knew me that well, you would know that I have never used my noggin in my life.
Exactly.
I think you might have headbutted someone.
That counts as using it. I would know.
Exactly what we should do in this situation. You need information, right? We'll go out and headbutt a few people.
Just you see Leonidas come to the end of the bar. It's a sentence I never thought I'd say, but comes to the end of the bar. He's stood on the end of the bar, and he just flicks a coin towards Sketch. A wonderful performance. Do you catch the coin?
I'll take it.
Cool.
Why not?
It's a platinum piece. And the difference in this platinum piece to any others you may or may not have seen, well, to be fair, you will have in Cruel, is it has a woman's head. Like the coin's been minted of its own, rather than like the rest of the platinum you've seen that's got a generic style to it. This is a Notorian mint. It's not Notorian mint. It's Notorian money. Right.
Notorian Bolo.
Chuck it in my mouth.
There's an all in the middle. Oh, yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I turn to Bjorn. Heads or tails?
What is the bet?
Just heads or tails.
No.
In fact, what is it? Is it heads or tails on the
On the
what's
back
two
is
sides
on the
of
back
coin?
is a image of a tiger, and the tail wraps around the edge.
Tails.
Hi, Eddie.
Right.
Your breath
Hi.
is there.
Factory already.
Like that, mate. Love you.
Fan club arrived.
I forgot what I was doing now. Heads or I see you said tails, right? I've lost that. I flick up the coin as it lands on the back of my hand, then I flip it. I'll hold it out, even if it is. So, in fact,
Heads he wins, tails you lose, yeah?
Eddie's actually flipping a coin.
so it lands on heads, but I will use prestidigitation to create the same, because I can create a trinket-sized illusionary image in my hand. So just over the top of it. So if anybody was to like proper,
Are you making
inspect
sure
it,
Bjorn
slightly
wins or
bigger,
loses?
make sure he wins.
Cool.
So it will, like, the image over the top of it will be tails. Looks like you win, and I'll hold out the coin for him to take.
If I stop questioning it, will it be less painful, and I will get less headaches?
Head
You are
what?
using your noggin right now, and you should not.
I will.
Take the coin.
I will take the coin.
Nice.
Thank you.
Right, let's get to headbutting.
Thank you, Sketchy, for the coin.
With that accent, you probably shouldn't say headaches. Trust me when you listen back to this.
I just heard it in my head. Yeah, okay.
So,
Leonidas,
yes, warrior of the Winterlands.
roulette.
Right, before you do that, let's go headbutt some people.
But there might be a drink of headbutting in the roulette.
But we can go out and find some information for you.
Who are we headbutting?
There's got to be people around that you can
I'll
get some
headbutt you.
information out of.
What's it worth?
Right.
I think we are.
Have you got
trying
any? You got any leads? Let's talk to me.
We are trying to fill Remy in on what is
You're
happening.
trying to fill Remy in. Look at him. He's a little weedy fella. I could take him.
We're trying to explain to Remy what we have
Oh.
found out so far,
Good.
and then we can go and do the other thing.
All right, let's do it.
Remy nudges off here. Who's this?
Not sure.
This is Sketchy Smoky Boots McGee, my old friend from Laconia.
I thought it was Stanky Boots.
I grin wildly at Remy.
Hi, Mr. McGee. I nearly went with Magoo then. Would you like a drink?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. What kind of drink we talking?
What do you drink?
Something from your belt?
No.
Remy?
All right.
It's a bit personal, isn't it, Bjorn? And it's before 9. Do you prefer an ale or a mead or a...
We could share a bit of an ale, I'm sure.
Share one cup.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Is that alright, Alfie? You, if I get a drink for Sketch?
Cheeky fuck. You carry on. I couldn't care less what you do, Remy, in any circumstance.
Inside check. So, Remy goes over to the bar and orders drinks for you all. And you lot just stood there.
Can I have a look around and see if I can spot any players? I'm just going to like mingle and small talk if I need to not look conspicuous. But
You see a Dragonborn.
anyone that matches the description of the players that we've been told about by via face.
You can go on then. Give me a perception check.
By the face.
Dice.
The face.
I almost said Viola, but that's her surname. That's a 17.
So there are plenty of dancers in there. You were told that there would be a performance later that day. The stage that both Ectelio and not Velk have just sung upon begins to transform and broaden, and there are more backdrops that are now bringing out, and it's all magically crafted rather than manual labour. Nobody does manual labour in Ectelios. And there are several dancers that may or may not fit the description, but there is a lot of dancers that are here to perform. The more you concentrate and kind of just start to pick them out, it looks like that there is maybe 3-4 separate groups that are getting ready and just practicing with one another, stretching out and stuff. And it
Are
looks
any
like
of them practicing like a ballet?
2 of them, 2 of the groups, and each group is 4 or 5 folk. But they are very much on their tippy toes, doing long stretches, splits. Most of the crowd are like, but they're just practicing. There seems to be an intermission at the minute from this singing from Ectelio and Sketch to whatever's going on in the afternoon.
I'll point out the two groups that are stretching, looking like they're getting ready for ballet, to everyone else, and just say, like, keep an eye on them when they start performing. Just, we all need to be kind of watching.
I hate to break it to you, but I don't know what I'm keeping an eye on.
Those dancers right there.
Yeah, but like, what am I looking for?
Shady.
Those dancers.
Well, they're right there.
That group. Both of those.
10 XP, Sketch. 10 XP, mate.
Right. What is it you want to know from them?
FaZe, would you like to explain? You know the story.
Ultimately, what I'd like to know from them is whether they were in Ravenholm a few months ago and committed some crimes.
All right.
Ultimately.
They're over in the corner, right?
Yeah, there's just like a almost throw your bags in the corner area where they're all getting ready.
These ones over there.
Yes.
I just start walking towards them.
Cool. So
Face is watching in absolute horror.
Really want to lunge for Sketch just for the scruff of the neck.
all in all, there are about 20, maybe 21 or 2 people that are all there getting ready to dance. There are 2 of the groups, again 4 or 5 in each group, seem to be of a more, what's the word? A theatrical dance. It's more large gestures, the way they're practicing and spinning one another, like a really exaggerated formal ballroom dance type thing. And then they'll be practicing lines with one another and such. But the other two grumps, this new race we've created in Colossus, are leading a ballet group.
Yeah.
The other two groups seem to fit the description of what Althea and Faze have been calling ballet dancers, and they are doing the stretches along the poles and stuff. There's an area, I mean, it's a ginormous bardic house, so there are plenty of areas for them to perform stretching, practice with one another. They're lifting each other up, they're going up on their toes, and they're just practicing. There is one group that is in reds and golds with a very, very vibrant green to completely stand out from the red and gold, and they seem to be on like long ribbon type poles with ribbons on the end, so as they're spinning and pirouetting and such, you can see the flash of gold and silver and then the green, and then the other ones are just in purples, different shades of purple. They don't seem to have any extra stuff going on, sticks and tassels or anything like this. Just seem to be, it's just them that's going to perform. Going towards the ballet dancer groups, which ones are you going for? Seems to be a mix of races. There doesn't seem to be they're all elven or they're all human or anything.
Can I stand in between them both?
Yeah. It's a large, like it's literally essentially a warm-up hall like area. But I mean, again, the guild house is gargantuan. It's massive. It's almost like an academy, university type size.
You
I'll
do what I
just
think
stand
you're gonna
between
do.
both groups. Any of you been working in Ravenholm recently?
There it is.
I've gone with.
You've gone.
I've gone with Sketch.
I got the pipe and I'm pointing with the pipe, but like at both.
Hands up, who's been to Ravenholm?
In either of these groups, AD.
Yep.
Is there anyone who's familiar to me?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. That is going to be an 18.
There is not.
Okay. I'm nice and calm.
The two groups kind of turn to you, Velk. The purple lot, there are a couple of humans. There is a Goliath with a real tightly pulled top knot, and there is the other two are elves. And then the red and gold lot seem to be like their ears are covered, their hair's kind of hanging down loose, and then it's all done nicely back. There are varying skin tones suggesting they're from different areas of the world, but you can't pick out. There's nothing obviously, like none of them are giant blooded or the smaller folk or anything like this. But the red and gold lot look at you confused, and one of them steps forward. They've got the bronze skin that a lot of the Etorians have. We have performed in Etoria, but not recently. And the purple lot.
I said Ravenholm, sunshine.
All right, my mistake. And then the purple lot kind of just shuffle back and don't say anything. We have performed in Ravenholm, but not recently.
How recently did you perform there?
Maybe a year ago.
Oh, how convenient. And how about you? I point at the purple lot again.
No. We're new. We only started up a couple of months ago.
Well, good luck to you.
And they're kind of like backing off into the. Thank you. Wonderful voice you've got there.
Well, thank you. And I'll turn back to the red and gold. A year ago.
Yes, a year ago.
Do I believe either of the?
Were you insight checking first?
The purple lot.
Cool, insight check.
I would like to do that too.
Natural 20.
Cool.
Hang on.
16.
For 19. No. For 20, I was looking at the wrong one. For 20.
Okay, so it's just
Hang
flat,
on.
not 20. Okay. So this purple lot, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The couple that stepped forward, the couple of elves that stepped forward and they said they were new a couple of months ago, they read true.
Okay.
They're definitely on edge about Sketch.
We're all on edge about
And
Sketch.
they were true in their sentiment about his voice being good on the performance. What did you get, Fizz?
20. 16 plus 4.
Cool, you get the same read as Bjorn. Now on the red and gold, inside check. Are you doing it as well, Fizz?
Yes, please.
That is 16.
Cool, what do you get,
That's
Fizz?
19. I'm rolling on D&D Beyond.
Cool. Bjorn, they've definitely performed at Ravenholm. Like, there's no, like, they don't seem to be lying about it. Those behind him are like watching Sketch like hawks as he's just waving his little shank around and blowing his pipe. And there's bubbles coming out of this pipe, or is it an actual pipe?
It's an actual pipe.
Alright, cool. I don't know, it might be kid friendly, do you know what I mean? Kid friendly goblin with a shank, you know what I mean? But I'll be scared of a goblin with a shank and a bubble pipe.
Terrified.
But yeah, they're just watching him. But the person that stepped forward, they definitely have performed in Ravenholm. The timing might be slightly off, but you're unsure as if that's a lie or they're just rounding up or down type timing off. They don't appear to be overly fussed by the questioning.
Right.
And you got 19 phase.
Yeah.
They don't. The one that's the red and gold person that's talking to Sketch doesn't trust Sketch. There's just you can just from their body language they're like slightly turned away from him rather than straight at him.
Is
Fair
it
enough.
because he seems sketchy?
Maybe you don't know, but that's the read you get.
What about further north in Ravenholm? Perhaps Viconia? Have you ever performed there?
Not me personally, no, but I know some of us have, and just kind of gestures towards two at the back that seem to have the aesthetic of Viconia, to be fair. They've got the lighter hair, their eyes are over lighter blues and such, and they just nod and then look back at Sketch.
Do you know of any other troops that have possibly returned to Vuxy Bay recently? That perhaps have gone through Ravenholm or Viconia?
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Come on, charisma casters. Nat 20
Fuck's sake.
for 26.
Ooh. Yeah, it was me all along. Haha. Fireball. So, Viconia and Raven. I don't know about a troupe, but there is a performer called Pelios who's recently come from maybe a couple of months ago, travelled through Ravenholm. Last I spoke to him before that, he said he was travelling to Viconia on a bit of a tour. Haha. No?
Itoria.
No, a tour. It's an entertainment. Never mind. Never mind.
Itoria.
Okay. Yes.
Did you say...
Making my own jokes.
You said...
I can see that.
Pelios.
Pelios. Yes.
Is he in town, do you think?
Yes, they're performing this evening. Just at one of the local taverns. They, as tonight is more for the groups. The other nights we'll bring in single performers, but most of us will perform our own shows for the other taverns and inns and entertaining areas in Buxy Bay. The old ram, or the old white ram, let me check, just kind of turns back and speaks in Elven to one of the people behind them. Do any of you speak Elven?
I honestly don't know. Give me a minute.
No.
I do.
Cool, you hear them ask, is Pelios performing at the old ram or the old white ram? And the Elven back says the old white ram.
Reroll, thanks, Mel.
Thank you.
What does that mean?
This Pelios fella, is he the notorious type?
What would you like the answer to be?
Well, what kind of dastardly deeds does he get up to?
Sometimes their songs are about thieves and such.
Has he ever stolen anything himself?
Maybe. Like you can see, when someone asks you a question like, what colour's this pen? And you go, blue. Kind of wait for the person to give them yellow.
Right. You better not be lying to me.
I would never lie to someone with a voice such as yours.
Good. I look at Bjorn. Is that enough?
I do not have any other questions for them. They've been very forthcoming. Thank you.
Good. I'll point back at the guy. He doesn't have to headbutt you now. And I walk off.
I I was never going to headbutt you. But thank you very much for taking the time. I apologize for my acquaintance.
No, definitely unique. We don't normally, those of such a talent are not normally that shanky.
Unique is a good way of putting it. With my friend there, you never know what you're going to get from day to day, or who you are going to get, actually.
Oh, they're an actor then?
Perhaps.
Well, we sometimes do performances, theatrical and such, tell stories. We're always looking for those that have a talent for, changing themselves up and being other people, pretending to be others. Might even get them to roll a dice now.
Maybe, but you make a game of it. You have little dice that
Not
you
really.
roll.
It's a bit nerdy.
Thought it sounded interesting, but
Why anyone would watch it is beyond me.
thank you very much. What is your name, my friend?
What is my name? You caught me off guard there. Give me a sec.
Pick another character from.
His name's off guard.
It's off guard.
A forever DM, remembering to ask the DM for the name of every person they speak to, knowing that you don't have it planned.
I'm making notes, motherfucker. This is red and gold, isn't it? Red and gold, red and gold, red and gold. Yes! My name is Stavros.
Of course it fucking is.
Let me guess, your friend's name is Davros.
No, why would it be?
AD.
Yes.
At the end of last session, Alexander was talking to Dragonborn.
Yep.
Is he still?
He is no longer talking to them. He finished talking to them, so when Ectelio's song happened, once the song had finished, they kind of wrapped up their conversation. Alexander listened to Sketchy's song, but the two Dragonborn walked away. And they're just sat at a table and
Bastards.
just drinking. Bastards. Just randomly. Bastards. Bastards.
Question. Is it the guys that we're talking to that were talking in Elvish about Pelios?
The red and gold
Okay.
performer turned to the rest of their group and asked in Elvish if Pelios was performing at the old White Ram.
Okay. Ray just kind of turns and goes, so why did you talk about Pelios and Elvish? Like, we'll speak common.
Yes, but my friend doesn't speak common, Elven, so I had to.
Don't?
No.
Ah, well, that's pretty uncommon to hear of.
Yes.
Common, not to speak common.
I mean,
That's all.
you speak Elven?
Evidently, as I could hear what you were saying.
Well, it doesn't mean you know the language.
And then in Elvish, I'll go, well, it'd be a bit stupid to not know the language and yet be able to understand it.
Well, considering your goblin friend, it wouldn't have surprised me, they say in Elvish.
Touche.
Share
In
too.
Elvish.
In Elvish.
She was about to go, he's not my friend, I'd have been like,
Never met before in my life. In fact, how much to kill him?
You know, it wouldn't have, actually, yeah, that would be something Ray would say. Like, oh, he's not my friend. Just found him. We did,
I'm
wait,
just looking.
is that Sketch doing that? Because if it is, Shrill's just trying to be like, it's true, we just found, well, you found us.
you're still
I
speaking
don't
it
know
out.
who you
I've gone. I've got mine.
Yeah, he's
I'm back in the crowd.
shanking people. So what are you doing, folks? It's lunchtime-ish. They are performing this afternoon. You've been told that Pelios is performing in the evening.
are. The old white ram.
There are no ducks anywhere.
Yet.
I'm getting food from Leonidas.
We could stay here and watch these, then head to the White Ram and watch the evening performance.
I thought the performance was here. I thought that was the.
That's what the dwarf told you.
I grabbed
There's a-
the beer off Remy.
Remy,
half of down my punch.
The dwarf told us about the performance that was happening here for their troop, but if they are not the right troop, then perhaps some of us could go to the Old White Ram and the others could stay here.
Maybe. I mean, why are there two inns in this town called the Old White Ram and the New White Ram? They need to be more creative.
It's the ram and the old ram and the old white ram.
As I was
To the old
traveling
white
here,
ram.
I passed through a large city that had 4 red lions. So it is. When it comes to bars, they are not very creative.
There's a black horse on every corner.
Yeah.
Right. I'm happy to go to the Old White Ram. I would like to try and catch Alexander's attention before we go.
I don't think we go. So I think there's performances here in the afternoon, and then Pelios is performing in the evening. So we could stay here for a couple of hours, watch the afternoon performances, chill out, have something to eat. You can speak to Alexander, and then we can head over to the other place to watch the evening performances.
Alexander's still about, like I can see him in the crowd, right?
Yeah. He's now mingling.
I shimmy up the bar, I'm like, "Oi, Alexander! This one wants to speak to you."
Give me a dexterity save.
You know, just moves the bar out the way.
16.
Motherfucker.
I'm a nimble little
Goblin. So, I had to bring some up. As you climb up onto the bar, it immediately turns into a slide where you stand, and you slide back down 3 feet to the floor, but you do it in style and just land on the floor. Leonidas, you must ask permission to walk on the bar. Sketchy McGee.
Right. I just want a conversation with that fella over there.
Here, use this. And that he throws you nothing, but as that nothing gets closer to you, it apparates a small mouth horn. And there's a big smile on Leonidas' face, and he just plays with his little goatee.
I look at him like, "Oi, Alexander!"
And just like when you use thaumaturgy, it booms out across the hall. Leonidas on the bar, very reminiscent to the smile you've seen Velk sometimes hold, and Sketch, just less toothy. A few of the gnomes and the goblins on the bar all look at Leonidas, all look at Sketch, and they all smile the same way. You lot can see Alexander go. And he starts walking in the direction of Sketch. People move out of his way, and he says, excuse me. He gets in front of you, Sketch, and you see this, well, for yourself, this very large grey orc. Looks over to Leonidas. I've told you to stop doing that. My apologies, Lord Alexander. And the mouth horn disappears. And then Alexander's voice goes deep like it used to be. Hello.
He remembers which
Remembers,
NPC
I'm like,
he's
shit.
playing.
Shit. I've got a sore throat as well, so it's doing fucking ending. You called?
Me?
Yes.
No, I didn't. This one did. I'll put a face.
I'm standing there looking like the most.
He just
awkward
doesn't
person.
believe you. Like,
She did.
Fizz, you called?
I just said I wanted to speak with you at some point before I left this evening, and my new friend here, Sketchy Stinky Boots McGee, helped.
Pleased to meet you, Sketch. You remind me of someone.
Well, I sure hope he's
We have
handsome.
been friends for years.
Yeah. You have an incredible singing voice.
I do try.
You should perform here more often.
I'll consider it. I've got to get back up to Viconia soon, though.
Oh, you're from Viconia?
Yeah, me and Bjorn. Best buds we are.
Now I see the resemblance. Sisters, yes?
Yeah, somewhat.
Cool. So Fizz. Just turns back to Fizz.
Yeah.
Do you want to drink or sit down to talk, or...
Actually, yes, that would be really nice. Just
Leonidas, On it, Lord. Exaladand. Exaladudi. Exaladanda. just looks at Fez. I hate that halfling. And we'll just go and take a table where everybody moves from it and allows him to sit. A chair is pulled for yourself, and drinks are brought over in the same wonderful way that Leo does with the floating tray and the jugs and the cups of wine.
I'm going to join them as well.
I'll join them and ask if he minds.
Looks at Fez.
Oh, no, these are my friends, of course.
And please, join us.
Thank you.
At least I think they're my friends. They haven't shown any signs of not being my friends, so I guess they're my friends.
I'm your friend.
I'm gonna not sit down at the table, but I'll stand behind Etheria, listening.
Just staring.
Just
What are you doing, Ray? Vibing on your phone? I mean, that sort of answered my question, but
Sorry, it's a work thing. I'm really sorry.
it's all
I
right.
am with you.
So what
But
are
yeah,
you doing?
I'm vibing.
Are you vibing? Cool. Velk, are you
Vibing
sitting with
until
them,
I'm needed.
or are you backflipping?
I sit down next to them.
Cool.
Do not attempt to headbutt him.
This one.
It will not go well for you.
I mean,
headbutt him.
you're
Headbutt him.
the one doing the headbutting.
Leonidas, before you go, can you bring us some food? I'm craving duck.
Whoop, woof. You see a plate in front of you, and there are some alphabet waffles that say "fuck you."
Oh. That's harsh.
Sorry, I misconjured.
I misspelled.
Waves his hand again, and there is duck, a nicely prepared duck surrounded by rice.
And pancakes.
Nope,
Sauce.
no pancakes.
I dig in.
I think it's much funnier that you mistook the duck for fuck Leonidas.
That's exactly what happened. Leo, leave us now. Of course, Lord Alexander Boo Boo.
Love the level of respect in this
How
workplace.
is that halfling still alive?
He's got an army of halflings and gnomes and dwarf barfolk, goblin barfolk.
It's
Never.
actually just 3 other halflings stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, 3 halflings in a trench coat.
There's a lot of trench coats in Buxy Bay. So we're sitting, we're drinking. How did your morning go, Fizz?
Actually, surprisingly useful. Can anyone hear us from here? And I'm just going to look around and see if anyone's listening in.
There's a couple hundred people in here. A moment. And Alexander touches the table, and you can't hear anything. No music, no nothing.
Oh my god, I wish Rhea was here. She'd love this.
And the music goes, and you hear nothing but crackling of a fire. But you can see everyone around you practicing musical instruments. Some of them are doing, their hands in the air and they're speaking, but there's no sound.
I'm not going to lie, that's a bit unnerving. We met a dwarf who implied that their group was part of Victalio's guild. They handed me a coin to prove it, but it was fairly newly cut, so either they have only just become a member of Victalio's guild, or they're not actually a member and they're trading under your name.
We do get members. Do you have the coin on you?
No, I had to give it back.
Do you describe the dwarf? Were they a performer themselves, or?
No, they seem to be some sort of... Yeah.
They ate a lot.
Booker?
What?
Yeah, I don't really know how to describe them. They seem to be pretty food obsessed.
Food
She was
obsessed.
quite a rotund dwarf.
Yeah, she was very round and had quite a good beard.
Don't remember any dwarves recently becoming members. We do give out membership coins. They look like this, and Alexander produces one of the coins, and it is essentially the same coin that the dwarf showed you, but it is far older and more worn and less shiny.
I mean, it's entirely possible they are new members of the guild. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's the eat a
Do you-
lots.
do you-
I don't remember the. I remember
do
a
you-
lot of traits of folk, but eating a
Do you-
lot is not one. Sorry,
Do you
Alvin.
cut a no? Sorry. Do you cut a new coin for them when they join?
Not. No, we do not. We have plenty to
No,
give
no,
out.
it was fake. Surely.
Was it
it was-
brand new?
I think so. Yeah.
It seemed to be brand new. It had cut marks on it.
Some of the, it was the lines were pretty sharp. It wasn't worn at all. It was like it hadn't crossed anyone's palms.
A moment. And he does like the whole mime thing. Just kind of opens the door in the invisible mute, and you hear the sound rush in. Leonidas just sticks his head out this invisible door. Yes, Lord Axalini Baba. One day, Leo, one day. What's the last coin you handed out? Maybe 4 moons ago. As you were, closes the invisible mime door. You might have found the person we're looking for.
I honestly think it's likely. They said they performed in Ravenholm previously, but the time frame they gave was a lie. They weren't telling the truth. They performed the right kind of performances, as far as I remember. We have a name for the group as well. Somebody.
Pelios.
We do not know yet, actually, whether Pelios is related to the group,
We don't.
because the dwarfs group is apparently performing here later today, and Pelios, I was going to ask about him, is performing somewhere else.
We do have a couple of Pelioses in the guild. Do you know what they look like?
It's the name we've been given, nothing more yet.
I will be right back. And I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go back over to
As you walk, you hit an invisible wall.
actually hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
My apologies. And they open the invisible door for you.
Okay. And I'm gonna go back over.
And they close the door. And you go back over to the dancers.
Yeah, the red and gold ones.
Cool. As you go over, they're kind of just leaning on each other and stretching out. Same one reacts as you approach.
Stavros, I am sorry to disturb you once more, but I have additional questions. Could you tell me, I should have asked earlier, obviously, pardon me, but what does this Pelios look like?
Oh, yes, of course. They are a tiefling. Atorians call them soul-scorched, but they are tieflings. Sky blue skin. They only have the one horn. It curls out from the front of their head, around the side, and over their left ear. Their ears are quite pointy, small points, like a half-elf.
I think that is enough to be getting on with, thank you very much. I would assume it is difficult to, well, they probably would stand out with only the one horn and sky blue skin.
You'd think so, but my time in Atoria has told me that the soul-scorched are plentiful, so... But there are not many called Pelios performing in the Old White Ram. So yes, good luck. And feel free to interrupt us again and again as you see fit.
I will have a drink behind the bar for you later. Sorry again for the disturbance.
Please don't put it behind the bar through Leonidas. Maybe one of the gnomes.
I will remember. And I'm going to go back over to the table.
I'm going to attempt to cast message before he comes back. I'm going to say, do you think it's worth asking the dwarf's name?
It doesn't get to you, Bjorn.
Ah.
Okay. I'm just going to come back.
Cool. You get to the thing. Alexander holds his hand up. You hear a knock on an invisible wall. He opens the door.
We're closed.
Can't hear you. And you come.
Did you get my message?
What message?
Oh, I was just wondering if it was worth asking what the name of the dwarf was.
They might not
know.
I do
if
not
they
know
don't.
if...
Yeah.
Is that his trip?
I
We
don't
don't
know.
know.
I assumed.
They said they were in Ravenholm at the same time, whereas the other
Well-
group denied being in Ravenholm at
Well.
all.
The Pelias we are looking for, before I lose my train of thought, is sky blue skin with one horn. It comes out of his forehead and curls over his left ear.
Ah, yes, I know of the Peleos you speak of. Yes, they are of the guild.
Well regarded by the guild, or
Not, I wouldn't say they're not well regarded. They've been with the guild a couple of years. They've performed. They're a solo act. They conjure illusionary creatures and heroes and such, and tell stories that way.
It doesn't seem likely that that's the person we're after.
but they have travelled in the same circles or the same tour as my friend Stavros has called
They
it.
might have travelled with the same people on the same caravans.
Peleos is one of our more further travelled bards, yes.
They may perhaps have crossed paths with the people we are looking for.
It's true. They may have more information. The dwarf implied that the group they're with would be performing here today. But
Did you
that
believe
seems
them?
unlikely if their coin was fake.
If you knew they were lying, do they know you're lying? Or being deceptive, or...
I think we were subtle.
I don't think we were that subtle. But
I don't think
Not
we've
sure you know what that
lied.
word means, do you? You don't have
I
to
don't
be.
think
You don't
we
have to
partic-
lie to be deceptive. Looks at Sketch.
an interesting point. Perhaps keeping an eye on that dwarf and seeing where they go would be a good first step.
Yeah.
There's one thing I've learned dealing with folks in this skill set and kind of looks around the guild hall. Charm is very much their weapon as much as it is a shield. Just be aware.
I'm not so much the charming type.
If you are very blunt, they will not be.
I'm not as blunt as Sketch.
Sketch is a...
I look up and smile, like with a wide-eyed.
give
Do
me
not discount my old childhood friend. There is a certain usefulness to a rough charm sometimes.
I don't disagree. Well, at least not on most of that sentence. So
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. What's next? What do you need from me? How can I help you?
Actually, your advice has been helpful in this instance. I think who among us is a little bit more subtle than the others? Anyone? I look at Etheria and go, "But you're pink, beautiful, but
I got pinker.
Yeah.
But what do you mean by subtle?
sort of a bit more sneaky, able to blend."
I mean, I'm a local, but I'm not sneaky.
You merely have to tell me, and I will sneak where
Did
your
you
name is
see
again.
if the dwarf's still there and keep an eye, see who they interact with, where they could go?
Being subtle is merely making use of clever and indirect methods to achieve something. Thank you, Google.
Yes. I, on the other hand, stick out like a sore thumb because there's no one else who looks like me.
Right.
How about you get your gnomish friend back?
I
I
don't know where Velk's gone.
Who does?
when I was younger and living at home before my gladiatorial days, I would have to sneak out of my parents' house if I wanted to do absolutely anything, and by doing so, I became quite proficient with disguise kits.
Sneaking up with my dad with a fake tash.
I did so many push-ups, I got a
No.
+2 in strength.
I don't know where this has come from, but it's on my sheet. Thus and therefore, if you wanted someone to really blend in, I could assume as a proper local and take this off. I'm sure I could blend in a bit more and follow if necessary. but I definitely can't be sneaky in this armour. Clink, clink, clink.
I think you'll stand out without your clothes.
The funny thing about disguise kits is they come as a change of clothes. It's not just a case of taking yours off.
I believe Orphea's got the premium disguise kit.
Yeah.
It's not just the glasses and the
This is
moustache.
Atoria. It's very hot.
Yeah, it's very true. Well, there are a plethora of ways you can do it, so...
Also, we're in a guild house of bards. Like, I'm sure you have change. You must have costumes and like changes of clothes.
I still don't think that's going to help me somehow. And again, I gesture to myself.
Maybe
And
we can
Etheria.
stay. Maybe we stay a couple of streets away and send in the sneaky folk.
The sneaky Echo Knight.
I think that's a better
A
idea.
sneaky fighter.
Only if you guys are happy to help, of course. Please don't feel you have to. This isn't, it's up to you.
No, it's important to you.
Bjorn has a far better idea, though. He's saying that we should go for a drink right now in that old white ram.
You're muted if you're talking.
Literally. How?
So we go for a drink.
What I was actually going to say was we could go to the old white ram to see he might be performing this evening, but
Well,
he is
performers
perhaps
generally
already
stay
there.
where they are. Yeah.
Exactly.
This
You
is
see,
why.
it is our childhood friendship. He gets me. I start doing.
That doesn't help us with the. What do you think the dwarf will be there?
Close one avenue before you go down another.
So you think we should go and investigate Pelios,
I
and
think
then
we should go
if
for a drink. Yeah.
it's dead end, then we go back
Perhaps
for.
asking Pelios if he has come across the troop we are looking for. If their agent is perhaps a quite rotund dwarf who likes to eat. That is even more evidence that we are after the right people.
All right. Look, I'm on board. I'm not. If you guys think that's the best way, then that's fine.
We still have, unless we're going early to catch them before their performance, we still have a lot of time. Like it's lunchtime, midday-ish, we were told, and the performance isn't until the evening. Like we have time to do other things.
That's
Okay.
why performers generally stay where they perform, do they not, when they're travelling around places?
Yeah, that's true, and that means that if we wanted to do anything sort of beforehand, I don't think that Pelios is likely to be leaving, like you say, after his performance. So if we wanted to check something else out beforehand or watch these performances that are about to happen, we can and do two things, if that makes sense.
Absolutely not. We go direct.
We go and sit in a pub for 6 hours and wait for
You're
them to...
misunderstanding Bjorn's idea.
Face.
Pelios will be potentially at this place already.
And not performing currently, so easier to approach. Whereas once
Yeah, now we're on the same wavelength.
But he'll definitely be there during and after his performance.
All right, let's be pragmatic about this. Alexander, how far away is the old white ram?
A 10-minute walk when you go out, head towards the docks. It's one of the taverns on the hill, on the slope as you go down.
You know what?
It is right instead of left.
You don't go right, you'll end up leaving Buxy Bay. You go straight down to the dock. So go straight forward when you leave.
That is the most useful set of directions we've been given since we got here. Everything else has just been out the door, turn left.
You should have asked me first.
Well, we asked Leonidas, which may...
You should never.
retrospect.
Just starts doing this across his neck. Ask Leonidas.
All right, let's go. Let's go and investigate the old white ram. At the very least, we can have a look and see what it looks like. And if we walk past the dwarf on the way, we can see if they're still there, just to make sure we haven't lost them.
Direct. And I get up and I walk straight into the invisible wall. Ow.
Allow me.
That's direct.
Are you finished with the quiet?
Yes, thank you. It's just very hard to find somewhere to talk where we're not going to be overheard, and I appreciate your help.
Cool. Touches the table again. And the noise of the guild hall returns.
I'm going to go and grab Rhea.
Rhea is vibing.
I just have an image of you just stood in the middle of this crowded bar, just staring into space, like.
Yeah.
Very much.
Rhea. Okay. We're going to a different bar to see if we can find someone. Do you want to come with?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are the only people I know.
Abby. I love it.
And I don't want to leave you somewhere.
That would be rude.
It would be really rude, wouldn't it? Yeah.
That was more of a confirmation to yourself, like that would be rude. Yeah.
Yes. Seems like it would be rude.
Remy walks up to Rhea and Fizz. Shall I come along or?
I think if you don't, Althea's going to think that you're abandoning her.
What? Why?
If she
Look,
loved you.
Remy, I'm getting the impression that you're not amazing with
Thanks for that.
people.
With
You're
people.
young.
I am not impressed by you.
You wait here, and if anybody comes along that looks like a dwarf, you let us know.
Any dwarf.
So, am I coming or not? Because
You stay here. You're our eyes and ears on the ground, Remy.
eyes on it. Oh, yes, Mr. McGee.
Nice.
Okay, Remy, you're just looking for a very round female dwarf. Just keep an eye out for her, and if she shows up here, watch her. That's
I mean, with a description like that, how could it possibly fail?
Good. Glad we're on the same way.
He's found us
Let's
4
go.
times already.
specifically a very round female dwarf. I don't know how to
Are we-
impress this on her.
I'll look out for the dwarf. More importantly,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to be doing for Althea's birthday?
Remy, I'm going to just take Remy by the arm and move him up towards the bar just for like a bit for a second and go. It's not Althea's birthday.
She's adamant it is.
No, she
If she wants 2 birthdays, I ain't arguing with her. I've seen her stab some people.
Okay. Do you care about Althea?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you really care about Althea?
Like,
Is she your best friend? Is she what is Althea to you?
ooh. I don't know, just like Althea.
Okay. That would be a really good place for you to start figuring things out. How about you work out what Althea is to you, and then maybe you'll understand why she's getting cross.
I appear next to them as if, like, in the
As
blink
if,
of an eye.
like the annoying
And
little
I-
guy.
I'll take a drag of my pipe and then I'll blow out a little love heart in the smoke.
Are you getting the message, Remy? And I'll put my hand under the smoke heart, like, and gesture towards it.
He'll lean into Fizz. I'm not into goblins.
Remy, dear God, do you fancy Althea? Like,
Do I
I
fancy
feel like I'm in
Althea?
middle school again.
Yeah, I know. Pass her this note. Glad I'm playing
Have this
D&D
note,
where we get to
tick it,
slay
yeah.
dragons.
Tick
You know
yes
what I mean?
or no.
Pick this
yes.
Pick a
box. Do you
colour.
like her? Do you like her?
BLUEY. Pick a number. 5, 6, 7, 12.
Yes.
Open it up.
Do the
You're a
names
twat.
of the
Yeah,
bouncing
it-
out. Like,
He's naive as a teenager. I'm going to treat him as a teenager.
I mean, she's fit.
aren't we meant to like fight?
Dragons.
Evil people
I don't know, but
indeed.
Tony's frozen on my screen in full laugh mode. Alright, it's come back.
Fierce position. There you go.
She's really fit. Like, lots of people talk about her when they watch her fighting in the arenas and stuff.
You get jealous when they talk.
When they talk, no, they're just talking.
Okay, if someone kissed Althea, how would you feel about that?
Who's
Question.
kissing?
Other than you.
Who's kissing her?
Awful.
What are we doing? Who's kissing her?
No.
I'm in now. You're committed now.
Bjorn
This
kissed
is a
Althea,
role
how
play.
do you feel about that?
Who's kissing her?
Bjorn.
Beyond.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I need a believable scenario to.
Remy, you're not.
Althea doesn't like people being stupid,
No.
and Bjorn's pretty quick to.
Just buy her something really pretty. I don't know where to go from here. Just buy her something pretty.
A sentence says it. Oh, little man, the fact that you know she doesn't like this kind of thing means you're in her head and she's in yours.
Rent free.
Headbutting.
Okay.
Good. Now think on it. And if in doubt, get her a shank. She'll like that.
She probably would. Like,
But for advice purposes, just buy her something unexpected. Something that people wouldn't normally
God.
get.
No.
you
Oh,
don't.
God.
You
No.
don't buy Althea stuff she don't want.
No.
No, it's funny to me. Buy her something really confusing.
Really confusing.
Look, Remy, I don't know how to help you, and I'm going to turn around and leave.
How about-
I don't know what to do.
How about you write your feelings down on a piece of paper and you give her that?
He doesn't know what his feelings are for her.
What if I'm hungry at the time I'm writing it?
Well, then write down that you're
Say,
hungry.
Althea, I feel hungry.
Oh, cool. Alright, I can do that.
Yeah. Think about her, put them down on the paper, and hand it to her. Or I'll cut you.
Give me an intimidation check. Trust me, Remy,
Well,
probably quite easy to intimidate.
I've got 19.
Oh god. You see
24. 24.
See a wet patch.
I only do the little salt there.
Just like. Okay. I'll write my feelings of Althea down.
Think of her, not me. Think of her.
Trust me.
And write them down.
Trust me, Mr.
Right?
McGee.
Right.
I'll not be thinking of you.
Good.
And as you say
I'm
that,
more helpful.
Leo appears at the bar where you dragged him over to, with a quill and parchment and a big smile on his face.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And just starts humming, "Love is in the air," and wanders off down the
Right.
bar.
We'll leave you to it. Eyes and ears, remember? Eyes and ears. And also this. And I'll walk off.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I'm gonna pat Remy on the shoulder and go. I don't know if this is helpful or unhelpful or where we're
What is going on?
What's going on there?
Ah.
Tony, did you move something? Tony's frozen again on my
Tony's
screen.
got
Tony's
lag, yeah.
having
Tony's having
connection
connection
issues.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's back. Oh, they're back, sorry. Yes, I will do that. You do that. Please.
Sorry about that, Remy. It wasn't what I intended it. Do you know what? I'm gonna go.
Standing with Althea.
So what do you think of Remy?
Making all this happen.
Distance, yeah.
I am just we're waiting. I'm just gonna like as they turn, it's like quack quack, time to go.
And Bjorn explodes. During the break, he's going to re-roll a new character that's allergic
That's
to
our
ducks.
group call. It's not like bing bong like you do in a supermarket, it's quack quack.
Before Rhea leaves, she turns to Remy and goes, "Look,
Poor Remy.
Althea really likes you. Like, she wants you to stay alive, sort of likes you. That sounds like a lot.
I like her the
for
same,
Althea,
if that helps.
but I think she would like you to stick around more than other people. And for her, that is a lot.
What do you mean, like Mr. McGee?
And yeah. And so I think that you should figure out whether you also really like her, because she has very strong feelings for you, which I don't know much about people and
I've not
feelings of the way of common folk.
got
But,
that. Common folk, cool. Let's lead with that.
But
Feelings
Yeah.
of peasants.
Yeah, plebeians.
she likes being around you and she likes spending time with you.
Yeah.
Acknowledge that and want to spend time with her as well.
So should I acknowledge that in my feelings letter?
I don't give a shit about the letter.
But Mr. McGee said I
Feelings?
should write a letter about my feelings.
Fuck Mr. McGee.
I'd
Mr.
rather
McGee
not.
demanded
He
that a
already-
letter
yeah.
was written.
He were pretty convincing. He had like a shank and everything. To be fair, he did aim the shank at me like Althea does, so maybe.
Yeah, but he also said he was going to kick over bins. I quite obviously proved that I could also kick over bins. It means nothing. What does mean something
What are you pulling out your
is
bag?
the fact that she cares about you. And you should give a shit that she cares about you. And then Freya leaves.
As that conversation comes to an end, Alfie
Bjorn
will
walks
walk
over,
up-
Remy.
Yeah,
Have you walked up to
over-
Remy?
Yeah,
For
she's
fuck's
walking up to Remy and going, are you coming then?
If I hear her say that, I'll stand behind her with the shank. And do the eyes, it is.
I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to do some reconnaissance for Mr. McGee.
Okay.
And I've got a letter to write, but I'll tell you about it later.
A letter to write?
McGee's not good with the letters, so he's asked me to write a letter.
Nerd.
Yeah, I know. I mean, who'd, pointing at the vials of alchemy on his account.
Yeah, fucking nerd. Okay, see you later then.
Don't die, and I won't die. And he kind of looks at McGee and then back at you.
I'll try.
Cool,
You
cool.
try too.
Yeah.
Cool.
But bye.
See you later.
Fuck. You lot behind Mike Shed's like, has he done it? Has he done it?
Yes.
Right, so now you go slay a dragon.
Yeah. Now can we have a fight, please?
Oh, fuck's sake.
There are no dragons in Colossus.
I'll make one if you stop tarting it up high school style. So, are you leaving the guild house?
Yes.
As you leave the guild house and head towards the old white ram, we're going to take a break because I need to look.
Street fight.
Street fight.
Street.
So, thank you very much for tuning in first half. Give us 10-15 minutes while we go get a cup of tea, do a loo break, etc. And then we'll be back and we promise you no more teenage romance.
We can't
I
promise
do
that.
not
No,
promise
we
that.
don't.
Yeah.
I promise you, Remy will have ended it all and gone to the celestial alchemy lab in the sky just to get away from it. Right, catch us in a bit, kids. See you soon. Go get more people. Right, I think we're back. Hopefully. Right. Hi, folks. We're back. Part 2. Sorry, no monkey faces. No. Go check it out. Oh, thanks for that, Bardic. We didn't have a command earlier, so I just copy pasted the link in. Go check it out. Unbelievable. Small. I have to say the write-up, Arcane, also known as Rob, wrote up for the heavyweight health guild was fucking brilliant. So thank you very much for that. There's loads of stuff in there, all little homages to the small businesses that sponsor us, those that have done artwork, those that have done stuff that they just sponsor us and help us out, but they do their own things like blacksmithing or crafting and such. Go check them out. Super cool. Super cool. And Blink Dogger in there as well. Blink Dogger in there. Yeah. I knew it. Yeah, seriously.
Well, I'm getting it at the end of the month
Yeah.
anyway. As soon as I get paid, I'm buying it.
Blink Dogger in there, mate. Super cool as well.
Because if it's half as good as the crockpot,
It's
then
better.
I need it.
It's better. No, I mean, a lot of the same people involved, I think, and a few others, but they've done an absolutely outstanding job. Anyway,
If anyone watching hasn't bought crockpot already as well, go look at that because it's just for the new Bard school alone.
yeah, the Dragon Song Bard is amazing.
Brilliant.
We've got one on a Tuesday. So, yeah. So, these lot are in Ectelio's guild house. They've just discovered that there's a bunch of performers performing in the afternoon. There is allegedly a lone performer called Peleos, a sky blue tiefling, who will be performing in the old White Ram further down near the docks. In their little investigations, the dwarf they spoke to earlier told them that they were... Oh yeah, the people you're looking for are totally in Ectelio's guild in the afternoon. They've gone up there, had an ask around. The only one that seems to have been in the geographical locations that these lot are asking about, Viconia and Ravenholm, in the last few months, is Peleos. You've had a wonderful conversation with Remy, your alchemist, who is remaining, for fear of his own life, in Ectelio's to write a letter. Who knows what will be on that. And you lot have left left Ectelio's to go looking for the old White Ram bar. As you leave and go out into the streets, you can hear music all around you as the shops and marquees and stalls and such that have been put up in the street. There's been a hell of a shift gone on this morning while you've been wandering around and then gone back. They are getting closer and closer to being finally set up for the festival in the next coming days. There is music everywhere. There are bards just playing in the street now. There are those that are just merely performers and do not wield the magic that a bard would. But Atoria is not short of folk wishing to sing, tell stories, tell poetry, play musical instruments, etc. Heading towards the dock area, there are several taverns down this way, all named after animals and a colour. So like the black bull, the white ram, the blue dolphin, the sky green turtle, stuff like this. So all just a collective mix of animal and colour. You can see that the decorations that are put down there have been made from some sort of real thin linen, and there are shapes of these specific animals that are decoration and probably not there any other time of the year bar this festival. All in the same colourings of whatever the tavern and inns say they are. There are two pubs about halfway between Ectelio's guild house and the docks that you can see from this where you are. Ectelio's is kind of at the top of the hill, and again has that almost in the corner of Buxy Bay looking out in a 90-degree cone to the rest of the town. Going down there you can see that the dock is full. The harbour itself is full of ships now coming in. There is a lot of work. It is incredibly busy, almost like ants at work down in the docks. And you see two pubs adjacent to one another. The White Ram and the Old White Ram. Or the Old Ram, sorry, and the Old White Ram. They don't look any more distinct than any of the others. The only difference is they've got different signs above their doorways. There are people outside drinking and talking with one another. The street itself is wide enough for maybe two carts. So if you were like two horses pulling a cart going one way, two horses pulling a cart going another way, there'd be plenty of space. It's hard-packed sandstone type grounding. and it is on a slope, these taverns and inns and such. There seems to be quite a lot of essentially beer gardens, as like almost stop-offs at the side of the roads in between the gaps where the buildings don't touch each other. And you see the old white ram ahead of you.
Which one are we going to?
The old white ram.
The white one. Okay.
The old one.
I think they're both old. I think one's white and one's neutral.
The old white one.
It is called the old white ram.
The old white one. Onwards then. We'll march off.
So, as you walk in, you walk in and are immediately hit with the scents and smells of a traditional, bar. Any of the lands you come from, it is typical of somewhere that hard workers is a terrible way of describing it, but those that have been more physical throughout the day would come here to drink. Your sawdust, spit, blood, stale ale sort of smells coming out. This is definitely leans more towards the dock worker sort of tavern, which is very contrast to the extravagant, beautiful, grand guild hall of Ectelios. However, when you go in there are as soon as you walk through the door, there is a huge mastiff, black fur, bags under the eyes. The shoe just kind of like just sort of looking around the place as you walk in. On your left,
is it close enough to immediately start petting?
It is after my monologue, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
The on your left, which seems to be say security, but they're leaning with their back against the wall facing into the bar, is a just over 6 foot minotaur. They have a pale grey like complexion. Their eyes are golden. Their horns are dusty yellowy, like a sandstony yellow. They've got a large axe that's just resting against the bar, and they are in similar attire to Althea, but it is definitely older, been borrowed and made to fit where possible, rather than the fitted armour. Straight in front of you, there are tables on your right with 6 or 7 like barrel stools around them all. On the far back wall, you can see there are a couple of... Well, there are 3 of these. They look like they've worked the docks. They're in just a tunic, probably sandals, just to keep their soles of their feet. 1 or 2 of them are probably barefoot. There's someone in armour sat with them. They've got a spear resting aside. They've got a helmet that they've kind of just got on next to them. From Althea's memories and travelling around Notoria, they look like ship guards. So they'd be the ones that go with the sailors, and basically they do nothing but stab stuff that, if pirates are trying to rob them. You're in Notoria. There's a lot of sea worlding life that goes on in Notoria around the coasts. There is a large cat sat on the bar. The bar is L-shaped, very long down one side, lots of barrel stools in front of it. Sat at the bar, there is a cat-like humanoid covered in multicoloured silks and such from that of the desert lands in the south. Their hair is all their mane, if they were to have one, is all cornrowed back. They're not heavily built or anything. They're very lithe, and they've got a couple of 2-headed axes, but they're smaller, like throwing axes, just in and about their hip. They're sat next to somebody who's in greens and a deep brown armour that is very, very, very similar to Althea's and Fitz. Immediately on your left, there are tables with more barrel stools, a large fire with these what appear to be armchairs, which is very rare, and you've only seen them in Ectelios, but these armchairs, they've got holes in them. They've been made with some sort of hide pulled over wooden frames and cushions put under them. And there is a kitchen to this place that you cannot see, but you can smell and hear. Now you can pat the dog.
I will immediately bend
And
down.
you immediately give me an animal handling check.
Okay. I'm gonna use a reroll. That was a nat one.
Using a reroll.
reroll.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
You played D&D before.
Yes. 19.
Cool. Dog rips your arm off and leaves you the other one. First roll with my nice new pink dice from Bardic Inspiration.
Ooh,
So
Very ethereal.
this mastiff is maybe 2.5 feet at the shoulder. Mr. McGee could definitely ride this this mastiff, and it kind of looks at you, and you put your hand out, and it kind of just nuzzles into your hand. The Minotaur just
Gonna start scratching him.
useless.
He is yours, my friend.
Straightens their back, ignores your question, just looking at him and goes, "Welcome to the old white ram. And yes, for my sins, he's mine."
What is his name?
I just call him Dog. I've had him
Is
since
there-
we were a pup.
Doug,
Dog.
like Douglas.
Dog. I could keep
Nice to
saying
meet
it.
you, Douglas.
Dog looks at you, confused.
And what is your name, my friend?
Why?
I cut in. Listen here. You seen a tiefling round here? Blue skin, little horn that curves around his ear or something. Name's Pelios.
May have done.
Yeah? Today?
May have done. Who are you people and why are you asking?
Looking for Pelios.
Buy a drink and you might find out. Bar's
Well,
there.
about to buy a drink, innit? But let's go. And I just walk past.
Thank you for welcoming us in. Your dog is very nice. Can I ask, why is this place called the Old White Ram, and the place opposite is just called the Old Ram?
Because this is older than that one.
Where does the white come into it?
The ram's white.
What?
When did you change the name to the old White Ram?
I didn't.
Well, who did?
It's
The
just
owner.
the guard. Less talking, more drinking. Let's go.
Okay. Just follow Sketch to the bar. Thanks for your time, I think.
I'll stand in front of the bar, but like obviously not be as tall as it. I'll just be stood there like, drinks please.
I apologize for the impoliteness of my friend. He has been this way since we have known each other from childhood. I would not have been so rude to someone as of your stature and someone so handsome.
Are you a bard?
I am not.
Then I don't need your charm. Drink or leave.
Would you like a drink?
No.
No harm in asking.
Neither do you. As Dog kind of steps forward. And just like sits back down.
What does dog drink?
Water.
I'll go to the bar.
Anyone else?
I just wave as I walk past.
Six
I
ales.
was just going to nod.
6 ales, please.
I am not a fan of ale.
Can I have tea?
I never said they're for you. 6 ales, please.
Yeah.
This one's paying, and I point it there.
The catfolk and the warrior are kind of a few seats up, and the lass behind the bar, she's got jet black hair and it's in sort of pigtails. She has darker skin than some of the bronzer lot round Itoria. Hello? She looks over the bar. Oh, hello. 6 ales?
I lift Sketch up just under the arms, about 2
oh.
foot, so we can see over the bar.
Just that. 6
I got
ales.
back very disappointed, but carry on talking.
Is this your son? Looking very confused at the way you've just picked him up.
I'm offended, firstly, by that statement. No. I just thought he might, make both your lives easier so you could see each other.
It's not very nice, is it? You didn't even ask him.
He doesn't care, do you, Sketch? Just shake him a little bit.
Look on his face says otherwise.
I'm not sure what relevance you think that has.
Yeah.
She,
Well done, barmaid.
The only person who normally picks me up like this is my good friend Pelios, to be fair. You seen him about here?
I have, yes.
Yeah, performing later, isn't he?
I tell you when you bought your drinks.
Ah, she's paying. I told you.
All right.
Quite a rare again.
My apologies. I worded it wrong. When the drinks are paid for, I'll tell you.
Sketch, my friend.
I'm just
Rhea
trying to
does
make
not.
a big in. She's paying.
She does not carry money. I will pay for this round.
What? Who doesn't carry money?
Rhea's
Ray
like,
just kind of like puts her hand up,
yeah.
looking very fucking confused.
What
like,
world
her
do
eyes
you
went
live in?
yellow. This one, but I live in the forest.
Unbelievable.
How much are the drinks, please, pretty barmaid?
You all steady. You all shouted several drinks. So just for the ales, just a couple of copper each. So what have we got here? 12 copper. So a silver 2 copper. You wanted tea? Points at Etheria.
Please,
What flavour tea would you like?
Jasmine.
Cool. Puts another ale on the tray. That's another 2 copper. And you, what did you ask for?
Do you have any of the clear white spirit from Viconia?
We do. Puts another ale on the tray.
For perhaps something larger than a copper? And I pull out a gold piece.
Big spender, are we? Looks
If
at
you
you.
can get me the right drink, then possibly.
Looks behind her at the barrels of ale.
I think it might not be so much that she doesn't want to be on.
Puts another 2 ales on there. I'll give you extra.
How much is coming?
A gold.
For the ale, which, if my maths is correct, which it probably isn't, is about 12 copper.
That was for the first 6. Then
There
you
is a
ordered
dis-
the, then you ordered the tea.
On?
There is
Then you ordered the tea.
The tea is.
Then you
the tea
ordered the
is-
special Viconian. And then you offered a gold. I gave you extra.
This is what you get for using your noggin for anything but headbutting.
No, you didn't give him what he asked for, though, did you? That's 2 silver at most.
He said,
Oh.
"Can you get me that drink from Viconia?" I said yes.
And then didn't produce the drink he asked for.
Said I could get it. I never said I had it.
Then we're not paying you for it. It's 2 silver at max.
Althea, please. Perhaps.
I'm about to fling Sketch. Like.
Perhaps.
Don't use me as a weapon.
Jacket sketch.
Hold
Perhaps.
your knife out.
Perhaps for the rest of the gold, we can have conversation also.
As long as it's only conversation.
And I slide the gold over.
Thank
the
you.
bar.
She bites it, puts it in her penny.
Rhea kind
As
of
far
looks
as I'm
over
aware,
the
it's real.
players, and it's just like, I prefer the guild, and I never thought I'd say that.
Any other drinks?
Don't negotiate much in the forest, do you? This is
No.
what we call having someone's pants down.
And
No,
Rhea
it's
just kind
not.
of looks down to her own body and goes,
I'm not wearing any.
"Not wearing any pants."
The barmaid passes on that comment. Passes Sketch another ale. Just winks at him. Do you want some pants?
Is
Don't
it
see the
ill
point.
shaped
I'm
pants?
just covered in feathers. There's not much to have to hide. Do I have to hide things?
No.
Definitely not in Atoria.
Of all places.
Of all places. You're in Shagaloof. Don't worry about it.
And for like the first time, this whole moment, like the whole time she's been with you guys, Rhea just kind of like awkwardly like covers herself.
There is no need to ever cover up who you are, Rhea.
No, I'm not wearing pants either.
Very
Especially
profound all
not
of a
when you
sudden.
are around us.
All right, less of the confessions. We've got
So,
things
yeah,
to
so,
do.
we've
all
now,
right?
so now we've worked out you're all going commando. Let's.
How would have done this? What does she need codes for? She's got like bits of net on her.
It's over 5 here. I'm worried about.
Okay.
So you all go.
He likely to be here soon, is he?
Oh, Pelios.
Conversation. Yeah.
Well, he's
He said
performing this evening.
he said he'd be around soon, eh?
Oh, you know him then?
But yeah, that's what I said.
I just didn't believe it the first time round.
Oh. Well,
Well, you had someone pick you up and kind of wave you in my face. I didn't take it very seriously.
everyone's got their effects.
That's very true. Well, if he's told you he's going to be here soon, maybe he will be. It's been usually half the time he's crying up in his bloody room.
Oh, that the one on the second floor, is it?
Yeah.
Ah,
We don't have a penthouse here.
exactly. Third on the left.
On till morning. Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Nice. Right. I go sit at the table.
Cool. Do you all follow Mr. McGee?
With
I
my
mean, I don't know how he's walking, personally.
He's just in midair, not going anywhere. I'll feel you just holding him.
Hands over a pint of ale.
Take me to the table.
I would walk 500.
when we get to the table, I slide my ale over to Sketch.
When you all get to the table, can you please go to roll 20?
Ooh.
Yay!
Oh dear.
I love
As-
how there were several different responses there.
As we get to the table as well, so like if you're sliding your ale over, right? How many ales have we got on the table now?
Hang on.
14. So it's,
9. 9?
we've got a tea, 2 extras, and a spare, so
10.
10.
So we've got 10 ales, and like most of them are in front of me. Are you?
No.
6. Is it 6 in front of me?
No.
I think you
It's
bought the
however
six.
you want,
Yeah.
mate. You took them
Right,
all
so
over there.
just important. So as Zephyria pushes one over, I just push it back. Not much of a drinker, really.
It's only a lunchtime beer.
I'm gonna drag 3 over in front of me and start drinking from one.
I'll give you mine as well. Just pass it around the table till someone takes it.
While you're all passing it round.
Oh, I love this game. And I
Are you all on roll
take
20?
Sip, pass it on.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Badish. You see now?
Ooh.
Hey.
Yeah, I got confused as to why I just saw a roof. I was like,
That's where we were sat. Rooftop terrace.
Look at all of the chibis.
this is so cute.
Can't move my token.
Yeah.
Can't take that Minotaur
Yeah,
seriously
move your
anymore. He's so
token.
cute.
Can't move my token.
The Mastiff.
Oh, look at the dog.
Oh.
Alright, so yeah, I just need to do the control bit. Yeah, so talk away while I do this.
Oh.
Did
Helios
you...
here, is he? Sketch?
What was that, sorry?
Helios here?
Oh, I'm going to go find out.
Did you really think lying to the barmaid was the best way to go?
I haven't lied to the barmaid.
You
You are
actually know
not.
Helios.
Yeah.
You know Pelios about as well as you know me.
I know you very well. I know Pelios is a tiefling. So therefore, I know Pelios.
That is very judgmental of you.
Good for you. And I'll get up and start walking towards the to the stairs to where the rooms are or anything like that.
Okay. So the stairs are at the bottom of the tavern, on the south side, and they go up there. You just go upstairs.
Yeah.
Cool.
How many rooms is up there?
Give me a sec. My library. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We'll literally just go to the first door.
So let's do this the easy way. Right. flying around this now. Flying around it. You see the map, Eddie?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Can you? Yeah, you can control. Right, so that's where you are. There are stuff in the rooms. I just haven't done it because you went ahead of the game.
I go knock on this one. I can't put it down the corridor. That one.
On this one?
Yeah.
So as you do knock on it, get your head out of there, you little shit. There you go. As you do knock on it, there is no answer. But give me a perception check.
16.
16. You can hear the fire going in this direction. You can hear the murmuring downstairs. You hear something rocking on wood.
Something from in the room.
Yeah, as if you put something like a metal or a wooden ball or something like that on the floor. You know, like the Weeble Wobble clown toys.
Yeah.
Something's rocking on the wood from in the room.
I'll put my hand to the crack at the bottom of the door, and I'll just start using prestidigitation to start making kind of almost like a smoke-like effect drift into the room.
Okay.
So any response?
No response.
Yeah. I will move down and knock on this door. Oh, hang on. Wait. There's one there, isn't there? That'll go that one first.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah, I just noticed.
Knock on the door. You just say, "Go away! I'm sleeping."
But you're clearly not speaking. You're sleeping because you're responding to me.
And then you just say quietly, "Well, fuck." Go away. I want to go back to sleep.
How many horns you got?
How many what?
Horns you got?
About 6.
Perfect. Right. I'll just walk off and go to the next door.
Is it bad that I would have been more worried if it was an odd number of horns?
You knock on this door?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it.
Hello, complimentary horn polishing service.
Yeah.
Horns you have.
Oh, he's here early.
That's in a very feminine voice.
How many horns can I expect you to have?
Hello?
What?
I'm okay, yes. How are you?
Just checking you're okay. Out of curiosity, you a bard?
I am not, no.
Outrageous. Bye.
Bye.
This one here.
Bye.
You knock on the door? Yeah, something gets thrown at the door.
I'd throw that back if it was open, but it's not. So, here we are in this predicament. Right. If you were to describe yourself, how would you describe yourself?
Attic, and don't want disturbing.
Oh, get in there. Right. I'll move to the next one.
Knock on that door?
Yeah.
Perception check.
This time, it is a 18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
You hear sobbing.
All right.
The sobbing stops, but there's no response.
You crying in there?
No response.
I'd be crying too if I realised the man down the room is on fire and it's about to burn down the place.
Perception check. In fact, deception check.
14. Oh, it's a really good skills. I was just looking down on it.
Yes, yes they are. hear someone's kind of sniffle and sniff.
Won't sniff too deeply. Smoke could probably kill you.
I don't smell any smoke.
Well, it's like that odorless smoke in it. Just like it's that flames that don't actually burn you. It's an illusion. I just wanted to chat. And then I'll just put my hand to the crack of the door and just start like putting smoke into the room with prestidigitation.
Why are you doing this? And then smoke returns under the crack of the door towards you, as if the pea magic has been used.
Well, I felt like it's a good way to meet a new friend.
Smoke signals.
Sometimes life-threatening situations bring you closer than ever.
What do you want?
Oh, I can't believe you didn't go for that. You're a bard, are you not? I felt a bit of the theatrics might...
I thought I was, yes.
Oh, what do you mean you thought you were?
Just leave me alone.
You've got a performance later tonight. You've got to cheer yourself up.
The performance will be fine. Just leave me alone.
Oh, you don't sound convinced by that.
It'll be fine. I'll do what I normally do.
And what do you normally do?
Magic. As if completely, like the question is unheard of.
And doing what you normally do has got you where you are now, hasn't it? Crying in a room.
Not what I normally do, no. It's just been a bit rough last couple of months. Who are you anyway? Why are you here?
Just a fellow person of the arts, one might say. Just having a little chat.
So
you seem a bit down.
So you're a bard as well, are you?
Oh, I dabble.
Alright then, if you're a bard. You ever heard of the Warlock and the Hammer?
I have.
Give me a persuasion check.
It's my persuasion, it's my lower. 7 plus 6. Oh, still a cheeky little 13.
Got 4 rerolls.
You don't need them. Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I'm in. It is pretty good. Doors open.
Oh. Mind if I... And I just walk in.
Laid on the bed, you see a light, pale blue-skinned humanoid, piercing blue eyes. The greenery around their limbs and such looks like armour, but the closer you look, you can see that it is clothing that has the design of armour on it, and is a trick of the eye, the closest thing to an illusion without it being actually magic. Their hair is a long, deep, like purpley colour that flows back. And just in the hairline, you can see that a single horn coming out from the forehead, weaving through the hair over the left ear.
Well, I've heard of your talents, you see. Just wanted to know what you're about. I got some friends downstairs that wanted to hear you perform, but I came a little bit early, you know.
They sit up and they're kind of like hugging their knees, and you can tell they've been crying. I'm not... they look quite young. Not like Remy and Althea young. But they look young for you. I don't want to perform just yet. I'll just perform later. I don't want to see people.
It's fine by me. And I just take a seat somewhere.
There's a small table and a stool at the back here.
Well, they tell me of your talents and the fact that you travelled a little bit in Ravenholm or something. Is that you? Or maybe your troop?
Give me an insight check.
Ooh, that's 19. 19.
As soon as you mention Ravenholm, there's a physical reaction, and they hug their knees tighter and their eyes well up more. Yeah,
I mean, I know some things went down there. But...
You don't. Things go down everywhere, but Ravenholm was different.
Whoa. Took it a little bit too far, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. But they're not here, are they?
No, just me and you. Your good old friend Sketch. Pelios and Sketch on another whirlwind adventure, one might say.
How did you know my name?
Oh, man of mystery. Big fan.
A lot of contradicting words there, but okay.
So, back to the theatrics. They took it too far. You're a fantastic performer. Where's he going? I just ad-libbed for a bit. Look at me. Okay. Look at you. Outrageous. I'm back in the room. So,
I thought I was getting attacked, man.
Sketch is Russell Brand.
Sketch is if Russell Brand met Jack Sparrow.
What you need to realise...
And a bit of Columbo.
What you need to realise, Mr. Pelios, is that you are a fantastic performer. And don't let what they did put you off.
It's got nothing to do with performing. They didn't perform, they...
Butchered, one might say.
And he's looking down at his own knees now, just forehead resting on his knees. They slaughtered them, and
despicable then.
Shouldn't have happened.
I can't remember his name. The dwarf. It's her name, isn't it? With a beard.
Gluttonius.
Gluttonius, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, she promised a lot of gold, and well, we did get a lot of gold, but they didn't tell me that I was just supposed to do my show and just go with them.
What you got to realise is no one's blaming you, and I can tell you that as a guarantee.
You're a strange acquaintance to make. I just got to stay out of the way.
Well, Tonius led it all, right? It wasn't anything to do with you.
Gluttonius wasn't even there. They just sent us to Viconia, down into Ravenholm.
That's where my memory's muddled. I can't remember. The ones that were there, they are. Forgive me. Who was the leader of the troop? Something like, it wasn't Bruce, was it? Gluttonius' friend?
Looks at you completely like, who the fuck is Bruce? It was Beyond something. No. Give me a sec. Where the fuck are you? I just had to double check something. Where have you gone? It wasn't Bruce, no.
Do it.
They weren't a Taurian. They had a name from up near Savio, Viconian. It was like Gunnar or Gunrar or something like that.
Gunnar. I think so. If my memory serves me correct, that sounds about right. Yeah.
You know them?
Well, I know everyone really.
Do you know what they do?
They take jobs for people. Some awful jobs, don't they?
It wasn't a job. They weren't there for work. They were there. They had purpose. It was planned. It was efficient. It was
a job, and they did it. Yeah. What you need to consider really is your part in it all. It wasn't malicious. You were there for good intent. You were there to perform. You look saddened, you look down, but you're not out. And that's important to remember.
If they find me, they'll kill me. The same way they did them.
Well, they're not going to find you, are they? Look at you.
You found
You're
me.
a man of mystery yourself. Yeah.
I don't even know who you are. And you apparently know them and me. How do I know you're not sent by them to find me?
Well, if I was sent by you to find you, then I'd have found you. And they would be here by now. Riddle me that.
Have you got friends downstairs?
I got some friends downstairs.
Yeah, you see where my distrust is going?
Well, I can take you to see them if you want, but I would stay up here if I were you.
Where there's no witnesses. I'll face
I've got a
whatever.
shank, but I'm not going to use it. And I'll
Oh.
put it down on the table.
I dare you, go for it. if you just come to kill me, just bring them up. I'll face
Why would I
whatever.
kill you? We're chatting. We're friends. Look at you. Look at me. We're both friends.
I have no idea why you're here.
And I have no idea why you're here, looking so miserable, looking so down.
Well, then we're
Yeah,
at an
some
impasse, aren't we?
Bad stuff happened, but it wasn't your fault. And that's important to remember.
I could have tried to stop it and I didn't.
But you were outnumbered. There was 5 of you, 10 of you, was it? I can't remember. The troop, there was a lot of them.
There's 15 of them.
15, that was the one. 5 plus 10, that's what I did. So, 15 of them versus 1 of you. You'd have just been another corpse on the floor, as it were. You did the right thing.
There's a
Now
pouch.
you gotta learn.
There's a pouch of gold just in that drawer. Just where you put your shank.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Gluttonius paid us. Or paid me.
Blood money, that is.
I don't want it.
No, I'll take it off your hands. You'll grab it. I have a little flick through how much is in there.
You have no idea, mate. It's weighty.
Hefty, is it?
Yeah.
Nice.
6 gold? Not enough for me.
Yeah, no worries. Consider it gone. And that is the last of it, right? You want to get back in the game. You're a performer. Use the emotion that is attached to that situation and perform.
Are you going now?
Well, am I? I might not. What you need to, how would I word it as? You need to sell it to me that you're ready to take on the world.
But I'm not.
Why not?
It's
What
not.
you're feeling right now, tell me.
Quite fancy Althea. What? I don't want to talk to you about my feelings.
You don't have to talk to me, talk to the room. Find something, find a point in the room and just tell me what you're feeling. Or what you're feeling.
Feeling a little bit worried that there's a goblin with a shank who's not here to kill me but has got his mates downstairs, knows who I am, knows who I'm running from, and is still claiming they're not here to hurt me and wants to know my feelings. It's a very surreal day.
It's
Mr.
a very
Sketch.
surreal day. But it's about to get even more surreal because you are going to go out there this evening and you're going to kill it.
I'd rather not kill anything.
And that will be the start of your performance comeback.
Okay.
Good. Good. I grab the knife. And I'll be like, don't make me come back here and talk to you about your emotions.
I will do everything in my power to not
You are
have this
the master of
conversation
your
again.
Emotions, all right?
Okay.
You're the master of your own destiny. Use it. And I'll just give him a little bit.
Wet patch.
I'll take the shank, pocket the little bag of coins, walk out the room.
Cool.
And I will close the door. And underneath, I'll just start prestidigitation and some smoking for a second. And then as I'm walking back down towards the stairs, I'll get out a little slip of parchment. And upon it, I will write Ortonius, dwarf lady.
Gluttonius.
Autonia, sorry.
Gla.
Oh, Glatonius. Sorry, Glatonius, the dwarf, and then dwarf lady.
Yeah.
Troop of 15, butchered people in Ravenholm, and then plot led by Gunnar, and I write on a little slip. I will then head back downstairs and join the table next to Bjorn. And unless anybody says anything different as I get down, sit there, I will slip the piece of paper onto Bjorn's lap and be like, have a butcher's at that. And then I'll pick up a pint of ale and pretend to drink it.
For the aesthetic.
So whilst... Have you lot just been small talking while he's been doing that?
Yeah.
Cool, okay.
Probably.
You think confused, yeah.
Conversation has probably been, so, Althea,
Remy.
feelings with Remy.
Althea gets up. I'd like to actually try and sort of pay some inadvertent attention to the cat and the other person that's sat at the bar. Like,
Okay.
just be like trying to listen to maybe what they're saying, listening to conversations happening around us, picking up anything that might be interesting and related to what we're doing.
Give me a
Any
perception check.
names. That requires dice. That one. 17.
17. So the cat creature. There is a lot of. They're pretty rare around here. You don't see a lot of the cat folk, the tabaxi, the leonin, or whatever flavours of cat folk there are in the world. Etoria's not known to be abundant with them, so it's not that surprise to see one. But they're definitely of the desert lands to the south in Surut. Their accent portrays exactly the same, their clothing, etc. They are very friendly with the Etorian warrior, dressed similar to yourself. They're definitely comrades in arms type thing, battle buddies, that sort of banter that they've got going. They've recently come off one of the ships down in the dock, and they're just chilling out having a drink, and they are then to sail. Where have you gone? I literally just, there you are. They are to sail from Buxy Bay all the way up to Cargo, Qargo, which is on the near northern coast or northeast coast. If you were to look at the map.
Okay.
Now you are very aware of Cargo because it is a town in Etoria that is nothing but an arena. It used to be a lovely port town, but Port Tool next to it, like a day's ride, took all the business, became the port that you went to. So Cargo became an arena town. Every shop there got refurbished as a weaponsmith, an armour smith, curative potions for those going in and out, training schools, people looking to be, the manager / agent type of the gladiators and warriors and stuff to get better fights for them or more expensive fights, and all the other businesses like just a bakery, all gone. They import everything that's needed, like food and water wise, or they get a few of those with the ability to cast to create it. But the town just became a hive of scum and villainy.
But I have fought there.
Yes, in your early days, it is the what's the word? Proving grounds, as it were, for any of those wanting to touch the sand. You'd have essentially gone from level nothing to 1 and a bit.
Cargo.
Yeah.
I'll upon hearing them talk about Cargo and their journey there, I'll sort of step up to them and sort of not like casually join in their conversation and say, "Oh, what business do you have in Cargo? I know it well."
Okay, so the warrior. No. Okay. So the Etorian warrior in the dark brown steel. We're going up there to fight. It's there's a big tournament on, 100 gold payout. Not been there for a while. Kisses the barmaid. Good night, barmaid.
Night, barmaid. Is that so? Who else is represented there? Who do you yourselves fight for?
The cat looks at you. You are Althea, yes? I've seen you fight.
I am.
And he just nudges his friend. Alexio, this is Althea.
Alexia, how did I not recognise you?
Sorry, Althea. He doesn't recognise you.
He doesn't recognise me.
And you don't recognise them. The cat does, because they've seen you fight. The Etorian warrior, no idea. I've never seen her fight before in my life.
Alexios is his name.
Alexio.
Oh, Alexio. Okay, I've got an Alexios in my backstory that you sent me. That's all.
I know.
Pleasure to meet you. Have you seen me fight? How do you know who I am?
Yes, you
I didn't
were.
think my name had travelled that far.
You were very new. I travel around Itoria quite a lot. The arenas in Sarut are harsh and bloody and always to the death. Itoria, it celebrates glory, and I like to respect my opponent after a fight. I do not always wish to kill them or maim them. I fight for entertainment, not for death. But I remember your early fights. You were quite forwards, direct. You didn't have your shield yet. You were fighting with just a short sword. It was well, you were very effective. It was impressive for someone so green to the suns. But look at you now, covered in armor and plumes and shields. That shield is not a dent on it. Impressive.
I have actually yet to use it in battle. My previous shield, which was very dented, was lost in a situation.
Lost in a situation? I'd heard
it became lost to me. But yes, I got this one yesterday, actually.
It is very nice.
What do you think?
May I? And he reaches out.
Of course.
And he kind of holds it, and there's a little bit of as the weight, you can see that the style of weaponry that are all throwing items on this catfolk, it is well balanced. Alexio picks it up, waves it around like you do. It's a good shield. Presents it back. I heard the rumour that you were no longer fighting.
No, I've taken well, I'm currently calling it a break. Who knows if I'll go back? But I found a new path, at least for now. A more fulfilling one, which if you'd have asked me a year ago, I wouldn't have thought possible. But I have some friends that need my help, and it brings me great satisfaction to help them. So
Is it and points over your shoulder to the table with the half soul forged, the goblin shank, the dark fey, the big dragonborn. I'll be on
the 10. That's them. Are you both fighting in cargo?
Oh, Alexio deals with the money. He fights more mercenary work on the seas and such. It is I that will be fighting in the sands. Cargo is a place I do not like. It is ruthless and cutthroaty. However, for those up and coming, it is a good chance for them to test their mettle against mine, and it is a good chance for me to test against those of a more veteran status. I believe the Lord Ram will be there in the coming month. The Lord Ram to you, Althea, is the head of the Silver Rams. So the Ram Celestial, like, word has it that the Lord Ram is the chosen one of the Celestial Ram, and the Paladinic Order that is the Silver Rams.
Okay. That's very interesting. When did you say this tournament is to happen?
The tournament, I believe, is in maybe 5 or... when are we now? Alexio looks at you. Maybe 10 days. We have to sail up the coast. By the time we get there, it'll be a day or two out. The Lord Ram will be there a few days after to hold some sort of presentation of arena titles, I believe. Yes. Title prestige.
And do you fight for a house? Are you representing a what's the word? Dominus? Is that the right word? Are you representing
Dominus.
Training?
So
yeah.
so you know, Arfentes is a Taurian and Dominus is Quran.
Okay. Are you representing an Arpentis?
We do not fight for any house in Atoria, but the ship we fight for, the White Swan, which is another celestial of Atoria. The captain, she is very... she likes gold and does not wish to revert to piracy. And I happen to be quite skilled with taps his axes. So we can make some gold in the arenas. So we sail different ports, finding the arenas. I fight in the smaller tournaments, make a couple of coin, keep the captain happy. She sends us on our way. And Alexio here tries to find us the best deal when we fight.
Sounds like you've got a good setup.
Sometimes it is slim pickings, and other times I may face warriors that are destined for a greater path than I, but you know, we manage to feed ourselves and have a small reputation of succeeding in the small jobs we receive. Alexio just kind of nods like dead proud, and Alexio is quite the capable warrior out of the arena.
Yeah, I mean, I wish you all the best of luck. Hearing of you speak of the sands and the arena, it makes me feel almost homesick in a way. But like I say, I have what I believe to be a more gratifying purpose here, and it will keep me in Buxy Bay, I'm sure, for a little while yet.
Good. Maybe we will see you around. We do not sail until the morning, so we are actually here to hear Pelios sing. He's quite the entertainer. He tells quite a tale with his... Sorry?
Have you heard him sing before?
Only once before, when he was on our ship when we took many a performer to Viconia. It was many months ago now. So the long trip. Our wizards were not happy. We had to expel a lot of their arcane energies to get there quick.
Where did you...
ears perk up.
Where did you set sail from? From Atoria to Viconia or elsewhere?
So it was... We went from here, we went around the coast, down the river past Cruel to Ravenholm, and then we took Ravenholm to Viconia. He was to perform there. We left them there. The troop he was with, another Viconian, I think, Gunnar. They performed in Viconia. They were to make their way to Ravenholm and then wherever they were to be from there. But we heard word that he was performing here, and when he sings, there are he can create illusions and such that, you know, perform the words that he is singing. Quite.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you bring them from Viconia to here then? Did you bring them here?
We did not bring them back. No, we merely dropped them off. Alexio had arranged for other jobs to be done on the way back. We spent some time in Cruel, mercenary work and such.
Was there a dwarf with them? A female dwarf that liked to eat a lot?
Yes. Not that went with them, but she was the one that paid for the passage for their place upon the ship. Alexia, what was her name? You speak of Gluttonius. Rather rotund, eats all the time. Yes.
That's the one. Have you since seen any of this troop in Atoria in the last few days, say, since you've been here, other than Pelios?
In Atoria, I could not comment. It is thousands of miles of land, but
since you've been in Buxy Bay, sorry.
In Buxy Bay, other than Pelios, I have not seen anyone I would recognise of the troop, which surprises me because the festival brings many travelling entertainers from afar, so they might not be here yet, but
true.
Other than Pelios, unfortunately not.
If you were to see, so we are also staying to watch Pelios perform. We've never seen them before, but if you were to see anyone else from the the troop that you gave passage to and that you took to Ravenholm and Viconia here tonight, let's say, if they were to come in, or if it were the same people performing with Pelios, would you please point them out to me?
Do you have grudge with them?
No, I think they are linked to someone that my friend is looking for.
Give me a persuasion
I
check.
bear no personal grudge, but I can't speak for my friends. Persuasion. +0. 17. Roll 3 17s.
You want to roll one dice? Yes, I will do that. If we see them, I will let you know. If maybe your friend wishes to hire them or some such, yes?
Yes, like I say, I wouldn't know. I just know that it's been mentioned. And what does this Gunnar look like?
Looks around, starts like raising their hand up and down, and points across to Bjorn. Like him, but the hair is fairer.
Okay, thank you. And I'll call over the barmaid, the delightful barmaid.
She comes over. Yes.
2 more of whatever these fine people are drinking, please.
She puts 2 ales in front of him.
Of course she does. I will drop exactly 4 copper pieces on the bar.
Eyeballing her.
I'm local, you're not gonna. And say thank you, and thank you for your time, and good luck if I do not see you. I hope I do, and like I say, we're here tonight for Pelios, but good luck in cargo. It's definitely a place.
It is indeed, and I hope one day to see you perform again once you have finished this part of your story.
I'm sure I will.
Alexio just nods.
To meet you, and I'll head back over, like hurriedly, excitedly, like over to Bjorn, like Bjorn.
Is Sketch back at this point?
Yeah.
Do we reckon?
Yeah. You've all kind of like.
So I open the note that Sketch has given me while looking at Althea.
Well, Althea's telling him the same information, like.
Literally reading it as you say it.
Yeah.
So Gunnar?
He's the leader. He took them on the boat with those people that I was speaking to.
Did you get the description of Gunnar?
Like you, but fair. So I'm imagining a Viconian, but fair.
Face?
I honestly, I don't remember.
It is okay.
Insight check, Bjorn.
Ooh, nat 20.
Fucking hell. She is trying to remember when you ask the question, but you can see that little twitch around the eyes, or the eye. There is an effort to remember, but she's just unable to answer the question.
Sorry, I can't.
It is all right. Your memory, it is to do with the change in you. You were not born like this.
I assume so. I think I used to be able to remember things better. But there's a lot I'm missing.
Perhaps as we progress on this quest for you, we will get some of those answers.
That would be very helpful.
But Sketch?
That's me.
You said there were 15 of them?
Yeah.
And they butchered the peoples in Ravenholm?
Well, that's what your little note says there.
They travelled with those people over there on their ship from round the coast to Ravenholm, then up to Viconia, and they left them in Viconia. They didn't bring them back here.
I have a question. I know where you got your information, Althea, but Sketchy Boots, where did you get yours?
Where did I get mine?
Yes.
How do you mean?
Where did you get your information? You vanished and then you came back.
I didn't vanish. I've been here.
Okay, apart from the walking away and going elsewhere.
He walked away.
You did. Where did you get your information from, Sketch?
Right. All you need to know is there's
No.
going to be a showdown here later on. And they're going
Yes.
to need more than 15.
I'm aware there's going to be a show. Did you go and speak
Showdown.
Did you speak to Pelios?
You've got to understand. If the mouse won't go to the cat, you've got to bring the cat to the mouse. And I'll stand up and just start walking out.
I honestly thought you were going to say, if the mouse won't come with the cat, you got to bring the cheese to the hamster.
Gotta bring the duck to the
I'll
bin.
stand up and head out the bar.
You head out the bar.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to follow Sketch.
Bjorn, I also asked my new friends over there if they were to see anyone other than Pelios from that troupe. They're going to let us know in case, like Sketch, I think inadvertently is saying they turn up here to either perform with him.
So when we come back to see Pelios this evening after the other troop,
I don't know what the plan is, but I know that they're going to let us know if they see anyone.
they
from
seem
the
to
troupe.
be leaving. So I think the plan at the moment is not to stay.
What time is it, Amy?
Maybe 1:30 in the afternoon, early afternoon, 2 at a push.
What time is Pelios performing,
As we're...
lady? Sorry.
I was about to say as we head out the bar, I will call out.
She doesn't respond to lady.
My
Beautiful
darling.
barmaid.
Sweetheart.
Yeah. Sweetness, what time is Pelios performing?
This evening. Just kind
What
of snarls
time?
it back at you. When the sun sets.
What time is sunset?
When it goes dark.
Do you know a specific time? Or are you just being awkward?
A little bit.
I slide a silver piece across the bar. How about now?
What are we on now? And she looks at the sundial. Maybe a few more hours of light. 3 hours, 4 hours tops.
Thank you. And I'll follow Sketch out the door.
She'll pocket the silver. So Sketch has gone. Why have you all changed?
I DC'd.
Ah, you bastard.
I'm Raya. Yes!
Who am I? Can't see.
You're Etheria.
Yep.
Yes.
Right, well, fucking leaving it now. It's 10 minutes. It's 5 minutes left.
I, the Wicked Witch, showed the
So, you've now got to play them characters, Tony or Velk. So, as Velk, not Velk, and Faze and Althea leave, what does Rhea, Etheria, and Bjorn do? It's really fucked me up that you've moved because I read your names off the screen.
I look at the others kind of confused. Do we follow?
I thought they were going to be ducks.
You follow them. I have a question for our friends at the bar there.
Okay.
I will catch up.
I'll run out after the others.
And I will approach the cat person and the Atorian.
Okay. Is everyone else out the bar? Party-wise?
Just gone outside, yep.
Okay. Rhea?
Yeah.
Okay. You approach.
Hello, my friends. You were just talking to my companion, Althea.
Greetings. Greetings.
It is a pleasure. My name is Bjorn. I hear you are recently from my neck of the woods. You have been to Vaconia?
Yes, but not recently. It was a while ago. Many months.
What these months? In the years that we spent traveling around the world.
Deep.
Really? Sorry. I do not mean to confuse or disturb. But when you were in Vaconia, I have a question. Was it for a festival?
No, we were simply dropping off Peleos on the troop he was with.
But there was a festival at the time. I believe it should have been around the time of the Whispering Snowflake Festival.
Maybe. We were not... And looks at Alexio. It doesn't ring any bells, but there is a lot of snow in Viconia. You should... And you see it just slap Alexio's chest. Be nice. It does sound like a festival that was going on at the time, but as you know, as he says,
There were obviously a few members of the troop who stood out to you. So Gunnar, for example. Was there one among them? She would have been slight, skinny, a dancer's build, maybe a short, dark pixie haircut.
I'll use my reroll. Cheers, dwarf warrior. Fucking hell. You got any more?
Have one of ours if you want, if it helps us. If it doesn't, you can't.
I mean, they were all dancers of a slight build, but
This man perhaps may have stood out more. Perhaps with wings or a costume that.
that you should have led with that, my friend. But yes, there was one who we packed, helped up their belongings on the ship. One of them was a pair of wings, golden feathered, and they changed colours to to white and golds, and like from eagles to swans type colorations.
But they were separate to be worn as a part of a costume.
I believe so. Yes. Well, we didn't bury anyone in the box.
Do you remember her name?
Fucking dice. Fucking hell, he does. Where is that? Yeah, and you write loads of shit. They were from from Alexander's neck of the woods, up at Ectelios, from Savai, the Greyhawks. She was slight, like pixie haircut. Her name was Kotova.
Kotova.
Yes. But
Thank you, my friend. She was.
Bjorn,
Lord.
did you say?
Yes. My name is Bjorn.
Many of them used fake names. So-
Stage names, as it were.
Yes, stage names.
But you said she was an orc?
Yes, a Greyhawk of Savai.
And Gunnar. He was.
Gunnar was very much, well, similar to yourself. Sorry to be so catch-all, but dressed similar. Had more braids in their beard than you do, my friend, but a fairer hair than yourself.
We tend to come from a very similar stock up north.
Well, I'm told it keeps you warm.
It does. You have been very helpful. Thank you, my friends. And I'll pop a silver on the bar for tonight.
Thank you. Yes, very much appreciated.
It is a pleasure. Be well.
And to you.
I'm just gonna leave.
Turns back. You just sit here at Alexia going, oh, we've made a bit of a killing today. Yes, we have, my friend. And you leave the bar?
I do.
As you leave the bar, you lot are either stood right there or kind of just walking. I don't know where Sketch has gone. He's up a fucking building somewhere.
So I'll be heading back towards the marketplace where the kind of shoppy area where the dwarf lady originally was.
Yep.
If I notice people, like if them lot are following me, I'm like, oh, stay back.
They are
And
definitely heading in
yeah.
your direction.
I'll be
So
like,
Sketch waves you off.
I'll be like,
Yeah,
wait
let's
there.
stay back and kind of wait for Bjorn.
And I'll head, like if I spot the dwarf lady, like I'll start heading towards her, but if she's there, let me know.
Give me a perception check.
That's 12 plus 4, 16. About 15, 16.
As you just walking around and stuff, you kind of deliberately take a look to see at the same location she was before. Table's gone, packed up, gone. All that's left there is a random bit of couscous.
Sweet. So, at this point, because she is not there, I will find. Is there any like gaggles of people?
Are you planning a phone booth moment?
I'm planning a little bit of, let's say, advertisement.
Okay. There are a shed ton of gaggles of people.
I'll pick a random bunch. In fact, I'll probably do it to a few. So I'll give you the if it goes, it goes. I'll essentially be walking up to them and be like, kind of like bump into one. I'm like, oh, pardon me. I don't suppose you know the way to the old White Rat, do you?
That way.
Are you going there this evening yourself? Are you?
I hadn't planned to, no.
Oh, why not?
I don't want to. You? And they kind of look around, and the 5 or 6 people that you've kind of spoken, they're like, we want Gunner.
You want Gunner?
We wasn't going to.
Oh. Good.
That was unfortunate.
Good.
Where's Gunner?
You
Tell us
need to be
now.
careful with your tongue.
Fucking
Well.
Yorkshire Colossus. What's it? I know him. Ancient Red Dragon.
You need to be careful with your tongue. Right.
What have you been told?
What do you mean you weren't gonna?
Well-
Surely you've heard of Helios, Sunshine?
Helios Sunshine. It's a funny name.
I mean, Selva stage name. One of Vectelio's lot.
Oh, I'd say he's one of his own.
How's he gone freelance?
Maybe not, but his performances would surely warrant it.
Are you on commission?
Am I on commission?
That's what I just asked.
No. Are you on commission?
I can be, if you're going to pay me to do stuff.
Oh, spread the word then. Helios this evening.
Give me a silver, I'll tell as many people as you want.
As many people as I want. I want 100 people.
He looks around the town, rammed. Done.
I want you to spread the word far and wide. Here we go. We'll take a silver out.
Did you give him it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, job done.
And don't you forget it. And I'll pull the shank and just do that. And as I'm walking off, I'll be like, I can't hear you.
But Pelios, the wonderful White Ram, old White Ram, next door but one. Be there or be square.
And I'll essentially bounce my way around groups and do very similar things. Just
Roll
be
a
like,
D4.
go. Roll a D, what was it?
4, and add your charisma to it.
D4. 4 plus my charisma, which is a +4, so 8.
Oh, cool. So, 8 gaggles of people do it, and it costs you 2 silver to get those 8 gaggles of people to do it. They're of a similar nature to everyone, as they're at a festival, everyone's trying to make a couple of quid to spend on booze later on.
It's like Ed Fringe.
Yeah. I'll basically want to make as much noise that Pelios is performing. I'll also drop to a couple subtly that he hasn't performed in a little while and he's hiding from someone. And this is the first performance that he's undertaking after coming out of hiding. And it should be
On-
spectacular.
Cool.
On hearing Sketch do this, can I like collar him at some point after he's been round and be like, "Is Pelios not?" Yeah, like, listen. Pelios was part of the group that killed these people. Are we not like? Do we not have a grudge against him? Why?
Why have you got a grudge against him?
Because he was part of. He
not
was on
very
that
nice.
ship with that group. He's one of them, is he not?
I'm one of this group, am I not?
I mean,
We've not murdered children. I haven't. I mean,
I might have a bit of an issue with
You've
Pelios.
murdered children. I put a face.
What?
You said
Why-
I might have.
No,
Why-
I might have an issue with Pelios.
I jumped to conclusions.
I've not killed children.
I'm joking. I heard that you have issues with Pelios. I was just testing you.
Even I
have
misspelled
issues
now.
with Pelios. I don't know if I've got issues with Pelios because trying to pin you down is like trying to glue a rabbit to the floor.
You've got issues with Pelios. Then why are you promoting him for this
What?
evening? He's got into hiding, alright?
I'm so confused.
Sketch is
group
insane.
That he's with
Actually
and
lost
trying
it.
to hunt him. He's gone into hiding, and you're out here promoting him, so they'll hear wind of it and go to the place that he's hiding. You've
No,
essentially
I
given him
get what
away.
you're doing. I
It's
understand.
outrageous.
I
You
understand
think
what
about
you're
what
doing,
you're doing.
but why is Pelios separate from that group? What's happened?
Are we
Is he not
protecting
the
The
Pelios?
bad
man's
guy?
emotionally traumatized, and you're picking on him.
Is he?
Not picking on him. I just don't know the story. Like,
Sounds
why
like
is
you're picking on
Pelios
him.
separate?
Sketch.
Bjorn thinks you're picking on him.
Sketch.
Bjorn.
On our friendship, can you give them a straight answer?
What you need to realise is there is an emotionally unstable tiefling performing at the Old White Ram. He has seen a lot of things that he did not want to see. Alright?
So
Okay,
he.
are you implying that Pelios was there against their will? Were they there?
I'm implying that we're all here, and this is the situation. He's hiding, and they're coming for him.
Why are they coming for him?
What do you mean, why are they coming for him?
Syria?
Why are we coming for them?
Good question.
It's not a hands
You
up
need to get your head
situation,
straight,
but if you have a
sunshine.
question-
I can't get my head straight because all the answers you're giving me are.
Bollocks.
Right,
Sketch, are you setting a trap?
talk to me. Am I setting a trap?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
you understand
we-
something.
I have set the trap for the group led by Gunnar and managed by Glutonius
That's a very clever idea, isn't
by
it, Bjorn?
promoting the fact that Pelios is in the Old White Ram performing tonight. So hopefully Gunnar and his troop will hear it, and they will go to the Old White Ram to see, I think, if he is there and capture him because he possibly knows too much about what they did.
So we go there and wait for him. Will this group recognise you or Faze?
I don't know.
I was not present. Well, I was present in the dream, but I do not think that they will see me from the dreams.
And I don't think I looked quite like this when they knew me. So
What a sentence.
maybe.
I understand that it's a trap, and I think it's a great idea, and I hope it will work. I don't understand why. When we confront them, are we also confronting Pelios? I don't know why he's innocent in this.
Is
Rory
he
was
innocent?
just
Kind
Rory
of-
was just
With the
stood
group.
there.
Kind of get
Um,
it. Go on.
Rory was just stood there and just exasperated goes, I never thought I'd misspelled. Because surprisingly, he made more sense than this guy does.
Right?
I think what my friend Sketchy is trying to explain, if I can.
I haven't said nothing, and you can't hold me accountable to anything, alright?
Oh, I
Frank,
will hold
thank
you. I will hold you accountable to a great deal one day, but
Oh.
I do not think Pelios was a member of the trip. He was just traveling with them.
I mean, the man's
Pelios is an
emotionally
actual-
unstable.
Alexander said he is an actual member of the guild. He is not a fake member of the guild.
No, he is a member of the guild, but
So
not
were they
a
using
member
him
of.
as a face? Were they using his his reputation and his
How could
his
we
actual
possibly know
membership.
that?
I'm gonna look at Sketch.
I don't know. This is why I'm asking for. I don't know why Pelios is innocent because all that I've heard. From
Stop
the people
picking
that I've
on an
spoken
emotionally
to,
unstable man who was
I
forced
don't
into
know
a
that he's
situation
emotionally
that he did not
unstable.
want to be there. All right,
How
you've
do
said
you
it
know
yourself.
that he's emotionally unstable?
You need to literally look at yourself.
Because he spends his days crying in his room.
Exactly
know
that.
that.
I don't know that.
Because I was standing by the bar when the barmaid told me.
Somebody uses their ears. Unbelievable.
It's not that I don't use my ears, it's that I have no idea what you're...
You could hear him crying in his room from downstairs.
No, I couldn't.
He's a broken man.
That doesn't make him
You're
innocent.
a broken... I'll make you a broken man.
Right. If you want to go, we'll go. And I'll just like nudge Bjorn forward.
I'll step in front of FaZe and find myself faced with Bjorn.
I'm going to step around both of you and grab Sketch. I was going to say Val by the ear and go, "You are very annoying."
However, I am me and you are you. And therefore, we are all here and we're going to go to the pub at sundown.
Never wanted to drop kick a goblin more.
He goes,
Bjorn has had a fantastic idea and all you've done is pick on somebody.
I don't want to pick on anyone. I mean,
Well, why are you doing it then?
because if
Think
you
about what you're
wanted it,
saying
it was
before you
one
say
of
it.
the people who butchered my kids.
Who butchered your kids?
I don't know.
Well, that's what
There
we're
is-
trying to find out for you.
Sorry,
and what have
wait.
you done about it?
There is nothing that proves that Pelios is innocent. He is not an innocent party in this, and he is not going to be separated from
There's
the group.
nothing
when
that
we can-
proves that you are an innocent party in
Sorry,
this.
wait.
Yes,
You've
can
just
we
got
there
to go
is.
off the words of others.
Can we
Perhaps-
just go back?
confront them,
How is your own words any more than their words?
when we confront them, Pelios is being confronted with the whole group. He is not separate from this because there is nothing that proves
Hang on,
that he
hang
doesn't
on,
just
hang
cry
on.
because he knows he's done something
There is
wrong.
an easy way to get word about whether Pelios is separate from the group or not.
Ask the person who's spoken to him. You'd think.
Well, no, because if we ask the person who has spoken to him, we will be having this conversation for the rest of the 20 levels of the campaign. What I mean to say is,
You think you're leveling up?
Alexander knows who is in Glutonius's troop and whether Pelios is working alone. We could go and speak to Alexander before we return to the Old White Ram.
I'm not sure Alexander does know who is in Petonius' troop.
But he does,
Right.
however, know whether Pelios works with other people.
Wait, is no one
But
going
he's
to mention
already
about the fact
spoken
that
to him about Pelios.
FaZe's children got murdered?
But not actually my children. Specifically.
We're all here trying
Alexander
to do
told us
something
that-
about it.
That
Sketch.
Pelios has already joined the guild. Pelios is a respected member of the guild, but I want to know whether Pelios was paid off to use his name and his actual membership to get these troop of murderers into Ravenholm and Viconia. That is, what I think has happened. But
If
there is
that-
no knowing whether he was part of the group, whether he was paid and he killed people, or if, like Velkus or Sketch is suggesting, he is actually traumatized and he was tricked. We
If
don't
he
know
was paid,
which.
then perhaps we would, have evidence of the money.
Imagine a
We've
situation.
only just
Right,
none of us
imagine
have met
a
Pelios.
situation.
Hang on.
Like,
Imagine a
picture
situation.
this.
Go on.
Picture this, right? There is a performer who has been hired for performances. They have been taken across the world where somebody else in their troop has done dastardly deeds that they did not expect, which Bjorn has uncovered. All right? So, this performer is now incredibly emotionally unstable and running away from the troop that they were in. They are hiding out in the Old White Ram trying to make a living, yeah? And there's people like you who are picking on them. Stood in the middle of a town square or a marketplace, whatever you want to call this place, yeah?
Doing a
You
great
stood in
job
the
of not
middle.
whispering.
You're stood in the middle
shouting about Pelios.
middle of a marketplace, picking on somebody who's had a hard time, right? They are trying to make a living, and regardless of whether they are right or wrong, it's a win-win situation. So when we get there, and they are there, and we are there, we can pull the knives and point them at whoever we want. However, it has only just gone midday. We are stood in the middle of the marketplace. We're arguing a point that is completely irrelevant because Bjorn's plan stands regardless.
Right, Sketch. We wouldn't be arguing in the middle of a town square if just for a second you'd pause and actually tell people what you're doing.
Somebody walks
Just-
past and goes, "It's 2 in the afternoon," and carries on walking.
Exactly.
You're right, sir. You're right. Come on.
He's even found evidence. Look at him. Evidence, right, suggesting that this performer was paid off with blood money. He's not about that.
I'm sure assassins are paid too. Like,
just
there
gonna
is
hold
no
up my
way of
hands
knowing that
towards
he
you.
didn't
As he
kill
holds out his
anyone.
hand, I take out the pouch, put it in his hand. Blood money, that is.
Sketch
Yeah.
/ Velk puts a quite hefty coin purse in your hand.
Blood money. And he didn't want it. And you guys should probably take that from
I'm gonna
Bjorn.
start counting.
You should take that from Bjorn because he is not responsible enough to hold that money, and we all know that. Look
Your
at him.
face, you look like a goblin.
That pouch probably belongs in the hands of somebody more responsible. Yeah?
I am
Just
currently
for now.
holding Rhea's money in trust, and very well. If anyone else wants it,
I'm joking, Bjorn. You're the only ones with brains around here. Keep that. You keep that pouch in your hand.
Hey, Bjorn.
Next time you come
The
up
rest
with
of
an
you need to
elaborate...
calm yourselves.
sorry,
No,
Rhea.
I've not trusted you with my money. I just don't want it, so I gave it to you.
Oh, the plot thickens.
I don't understand.
He thought
the
you were
point of
forming
it.
an emotional bond, and you've ruined it. Look at his heartbreak.
Rhea just
Another
kinda
local
stares
walks
down
past.
At him.
You've emotionally crippled the man.
Rhea, do not
You
listen
know who
to
else
Sketch.
is emotionally crippled?
Sketch.
Yeah? Think about it, Althea. And you're picking on him. You're going to stop picking on Bjorn now? Eh.
When was
Picking on
Althea
emotionally
picking
crippled
on
people.
Bjorn?
They might if you keep running your mouth, Sketch.
Exactly. Eh.
I never
Sketch, you
got
know
it.
you wanted
His
me to
little knife,
headbutt
like-
someone.
Yeah.
No, you wanted me to headbutt someone.
You what?
You remember earlier when you wanted me to headbutt someone?
I wouldn't suggest headbutting her. And I point at Rhea.
I was going to
She's just
do...
giving you your money. I know she broke your
come
arm.
here. Come
What?
here.
I don't want to kiss you. I don't swing that way. No offense, you're quite beautiful, actually. Look at you. You're a fine specimen of a man.
All I need to know, Bjorn, is do you headbutt? Are you trying to headbutt Velk?
Yes, please.
Listen here.
No.
You've done a good thing
Cool.
today, Bjorn. A good thing. And don't let these people get you down. And as he comes closer and thinks about it, I just pat him on the cheek.
He is
You
Might as
not-
well have a
As-
call
are the
session.
brains of this operation.
As Velk is spinning poetry, or
You mean
absolute
Sketch?
shit. It's definitely,
Because
definitely not.
Sketch and Valk aren't the same person.
Okay.
It's not slander the good name of Velk.
Sketch has got his back to the old White Ram in the direction you guys have come from. He's been mingling in with the crowd. And whilst he's giving, the monologue of a lifetime, you lot are kind of looking at him, deciding which one he's going to shank him. Walking towards your crowd is the Minotaur from the old White Ram. Large black mastiff next to him, and they're just walking through the crowd. People are moving out of the way. It's not like, it's not like parting of the sea. Just walks over. Which one of you lot's Sketch?
I vigorously
Just
Freya
gonna
just
look at the
points to
goblin
him.
like,
I'll pull the shank. Who's asking?
What are you going to
please
do with
step
that?
on him, just tread on him.
I'm going to look menacing and then push Bjorn in front of you and I'll push him into you.
Alright. Well, when you put your butter knife away, I've got a letter for you. It's from the one that cries
Nice.
and gives you a bit of parchment.
I grab it off it.
Just looks at you lot. Bye. And heads back towards the old White Ram. Dog
Scratch
kind
the
of.
dog.
Dog
Scratch
looks.
the dog as he
Dog
goes.
looks over at Bjorn.
Scratch the dog.
Here, dog. Yeah, fucking.
I'm gonna
Douglas.
snatch the parchment.
I'm
out of
gonna
Velk's hand.
before he's even done it right. I'm gonna go. You're gonna tell us what just happened there, Bjorn, and I'll just hold that parchment out.
Yes. What's it say?
It's blank.
Hand it back to Sketch.
I'll have a look at it.
Give me an Arcana check.
That would be 13.
13. There's a cantrip that's been applied to the paperwork using the P magic.
Nice.
The Prestity sausageation. And similar how you were back and forth with the smoke. Maybe you could use the same spell to reveal what's written there.
As I pull Bjorn closer, I'm like,
And hold his finger.
I'll get him to crouch down next to me. I'm like, you're not reading it correctly, and I'll kind of use prestidigitation to unravel the message.
As the spell hits the parchment, words do start to appear in the common tongue. Before you get to read it, I'm calling the session there. Because it's 20 past 11 and you're all a bunch of fucking lunatics.
All?
You interacted. In fact, I'm pretty sure a while ago I said, do you not mind if Eddie joins? And you were like, yeah, it'd be great. Yeah.
I would like to, no.
Redact. Right, so it's very late. Thank you for jumping in, Ashana. It's great to see you. You need to heckle more. But yes, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for the follows and the bits that we had earlier on. Yeah, we're mega late. You'll see it's on the VOD. We'll bang it on YouTube. The podcast goes out every Monday-ish. Thank you. Ascendio Aces. It's still Monday-ish. I'm giving you the ish in case we have to miss more. So, yeah. So tune in. You can grab it on Spotify and Anchor. If you just go put Heavyweight RPG and you can get the podcast of it all. So if you want to listen to it while you're driving, working, etc., please do. And please let us know if you do and if it's coming through all right as a podcast and such, because it's the first time we've done it and I'd like to know if it's going well. Check out all our sponsors. All the links are in the chat, or you can just click the buttons underneath. Join our Discord, Twitter, all that good stuff. Come and give us your love. We'll give you our love. That's a different stream. But yeah, take care of yourselves, and I suppose that's it, really, isn't it? We're good. So for now, players, say good night, players.
Bye.
Good night, players.
Ciao.
Beautiful. Bye bye. I'll put it on break time. Let's put it on ending. There we go. See you later, folks. Take care.